What We Beat Last Week is a podcast for adults with discussions of a range of sensitive topics. Read the description for specific content warnings. General spoiler warning for all the media we're about to discuss. If you don't want to hear spoilers for a certain thing, you can skip to the next chapter. Squash orange.
Like, sunsets are nice. I don't dislike orange there.
I like you know what probably my favorite color orange is? If I had to narrow it down and just objectively pick something, they're like, pick something. I had to pick something. It's probably the cheddar cheese Pringles.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That's the best orange.
Okay.
The tube and the chips.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's like the light orange Crayola.
Welcome to episode 12 of What We Beat Last Week.
Contemplation of
the
colors.
podcast where we contemplate colors, their value in society, and also discuss like movies and whatever. I'm joined today.
That's a good one.
Are we committing to that?
That's
I
up
think
to
we
you.
should maybe try that one again.
I think it's funny.
Okay.
I'm here with Joey,
Hello.
Nikki,
Hi.
and Rachel.
Hey.
What's up, guys? It's raining outside.
What
I
number
think we have some wiggles. I think we have a fun energy today.
What number episode is this?
12.
Wow, that's
I was
so
right.
exciting.
But those Pringles aren't orange flavored. They are orange.
I know, but I just thought that's my favorite color of orange.
He was just identifying which
The
orange.
chips
If I had to
are your
pick
favorite
one, if
color of
someone-
orange,
The tube.
The tube and the chips.
the tube
Okay,
and the
I
chips.
haven't eaten the chips. I can't.
They're
speak
like
for
the
chips.
same. They're like the same color.
That concerns me a little bit.
It's whatever. It's my insides.
His insides are orange also.
That sounds yucky.
What's your favorite flavor, or what's your favorite orange flavored thing?
Either the orange push-ups, like the
Oh, those are
little
delicious.
orange ice cream, or
Those are dreamsicle flavored.
no, that one's orange flavored.
They have an orange.
Are those?
It's
Push
just
pop?
orange.
They have an orange push pop.
It's like the ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that like
Dreamsicle is just orange and
With vanilla.
cream.
vanilla. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was
Stop
fucking
doing
straight
that!
on the screen.
Stop doing that.
Oh no.
Is your phone okay?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Why
okay.
do you keep
just got
Why
that.
do you keep throwing your phone down in our basement
And
on
why'd
the
you say, "Oh,
concrete
no"?
floor?
Huh?
Why'd you say, "Oh no"?
Because it was scary.
Stop throwing
It
your
was scary.
fucking phone down.
I threw my phone
Yeah,
down.
it's outrageous orange flavored. It's not.
Outrageous. Wow.
It's, yeah, push-ups. They're not. They're not dreamsicle. They are
do a
orange
burpee instead.
or orange sherbet.
All right, Josiah, intro us.
Welcome to What We Beat Last Week. This is the podcast where we talk about all kinds of movies, TV shows, books, video games that we have completed in the past week.
That we've what?
Completed.
That we've what?
Complete.
That we beat last week.
But we.
B-E-A-T. What does
But
that spell?
But I
Beat.
said what we beat last week, and then it's what we completed. Just because
Oh
I
my
can.
God.
All right, take 3.
Oh my God. We gotta get these out.
Do you want the script?
No, we're gonna. We're
That's
keep,
a threat.
Do you want the script?
This is a bit.
Do you want the
We're
script?
keeping this in. I use my one authority card for the day of what we can keep. You get one authority
You guys don't have
card
a
of
hard
what
out,
you
do you?
take out of the podcast and what you
What?
keep in the podcast.
No, we don't.
We gotta go to bed early though to wake up for Minecraft.
Mhm.
Crap.
Welcome to What We Beat Last Week, the podcast where we discuss all of the TV shows, movies, books, video games, and other such things that we have beaten this past week.
I'm so close to being right. This is wrong. Take 4.
Episode 12.
I'm here with Joey.
Hello.
Okay. Fine. Hello. Welcome to...
You the hardest start
that
you've ever had.
script.
I think it's Rachel's turn.
I really don't want to do that.
Use the script.
I don't want to do it still.
Okay.
I got it. I'll do it for real this time. I'll do it for real.
Because I'm not going to be better than
I'm
this.
not joking anymore.
And it's beat.
I'm done joking. Hello. Welcome to What We Beat Last Week, the podcast where we discuss all the movies, TV shows, books, video games, and other media that we beat last week. I am joined by my co-hosts, Joey,
Hello.
Nikki,
Hello.
Rachel,
Hey.
and I am Josiah. Let's get into it.
Episode 12.
So good.
Episode 12. Welcome, guys, to episode 12
Of
What We Beat Last Week, the podcast where we talk about all of our...
Nikki, lock in. Nikki, lock the fuck in.
I'm locked in.
We just started. We started.
I know, I'm in.
It was a few false starts.
We are real.
What are you doing?
Eight
I got
minutes
an
in.
alarming email from
This
my credit
has
card.
not... It's not stopped.
Is your credit?
We
is
have
your
not
credit card
edited
hacked?
this.
It just got removed from my Google Pay just
No.
randomly. I don't know why. That's why I was looking at it.
Ominous.
What reason would it be swiped away from my Google Pay?
Oh yeah, my mom said she would send an email. Speaking of emails,
Let's check all our
Did
emails
she lie?
right now.
Okay, let me check my
Oh
emails.
my god.
she didn't
I'm
send
so
one.
sorry, everyone.
Don't know
She
why she said
lied.
that. If she wasn't going to.
My Steam gift was accepted.
Some guys
To
trying
who?
to sell me stuff on LinkedIn.
Will accepted my gift of Gamble with Your Friends.
What
Oh,
the
nice.
hell?
Don't gamble with your friends. What are you doing?
Gambling with my friends is hilarious, and Joey's really bad at gambling.
Shut up.
Aw.
Oh yeah, it is. So today's August 1st. So my gambling reset.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gambling
Joey is
reset.
actually the most successful gambler in real life that I know. But in the video game Gamble with Your Friends, he's the worst gambler that I know. He's like, what does it matter if I bet $1 on the slots or $500?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Besides the fact that we
the
can
odds are all the
play
same.
more slots with $1.
Yeah, but let's just get it over with and
Let's just
either
lose
win or lose
immediately.
and then move on.
And that's how people lose their retirement funds.
Well, babe, also think about it this way. You could lose 100% of the money you brought in. All right, you could. Or you can make like 99,999%
But the odds of that
more.
are so low that it's not worth the risk.
Yeah. So
That's
I
why
was,
we do it online.
I was able to put another $10 into gambling this month,
Oh, yeah?
and I bet it on something with an 80% chance and lost, and then so now I have to wait till September 1st.
That'll happen today.
That's what happens. But he's a man of principle and a man of limits and restraint.
I can't change it. Like even if I change it right now, it won't update until September.
That's actually very principled of you, and I respect that.
Well, if I gambled for real, I'd be destitute.
Uh-huh. I know people like
I
that.
think
And I know I would-
destitute
get
and
addicted to it.
divorced.
Yeah, I know I would get addicted to
Real.
it, so I just
I know.
It is like one of the, I think it's the addiction with like the highest suicide rate.
Yeah.
I
1-800
believe it.
bets off.
People get in too deep.
That's right.
The when we do our little little me's for this episode, can we just have 1-800 bets off and like a little TV or something in the background?
Yeah,
As
can
Are we
an
at a
ad.
casino? We're at a casino.
I don't hang out in
Let's see
casinos.
here. Hold on a sec. Wait a minute. Nikki is playing slots.
Okay.
Penny
Joey
slots.
is at the penny slots. Of course, you have a Bud Light
She's
and
responsible.
a bucket of
Discontinued pennies.
of used cigarette butts. Just like cigarette butts just sitting in there, and you're currently ripping the next one.
That's also
Joey's
good.
behind the blackjack
Disgusting.
table. He's dealing.
I'm working.
Well, you
owns
can't bet no
the
more. You just
casino.
used all your bet money.
My family works
So
at
now you're
casinos.
working
This
at the
is not
casino.
fun.
Did you know
Um,
that in Florida, there's only one company that can have a gambling app because they have a deal with the
Floridian government.
with the Floridian government and one of the native tribes in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I believe that.
Yeah, they only that native tribe can run anything dealing with gambling in Florida, and they teamed with a company, and so there's one gambling app in all of Florida.
That's exciting.
That's how it should be.
That's how,
I think you should only be allowed to gamble in Florida.
What about Las Vegas?
Oh.
Change it to something else now. What would
I think
Las
it just-
Vegas be like? Let's say that
desert.
happens. That
a desert?
you think that
No,
everyone just
dude.
up and fucking
Yes.
leaves?
Literally, that's why it's there.
I
That's the
know.
only reason.
Damn.
Yeah.
I
We
don't
should
think- I don't
only
think a
allowed
very,
to like
very
have
old-
big populations in very fertile areas. Like LA has to no longer be in the middle of a desert. Also, it has to be like in like Salt Lake City.
Why is LA where it is historically?
Because of the
Mining,
gold
Yeah,
rush.
gold rush.
gold rush.
Really?
Yeah.
There's gold right there?
All along the coast.
All along California.
I didn't know that. I knew there was. I know of the gold rush,
When did the gold rush start?
It also because of the Dust Bowl.
There's a team named after-
1749.
There you- Nope.
That's
Little up.
1767.
Nope, wrong.
1867.
8. Nope. Little less.
1849.
What was that?
1849.
There you go.
Wasn't it in the 1700s?
No, it's in the
Oh.
no. What was
That
happening?
would happen
What was
before the
happening in
American Revolution.
1749?
That's before we went west.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like,
We didn't
come
go
on.
west at all before the American
Nuh-uh.
Revolution.
No, we were barely on the
Nobody
East Coast.
went west.
Do you know when
Not
Lewis
any
and Clark
Americans.
went on their expedition?
Oh, that was the
Not any
1800s.
colonists,
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah, that makes sense. Shit.
Fact check right
No
here.
white people.
Fact check by Joey at time of editing. It's kind of true that Los Angeles is a big city because of the gold rush, but the gold rush wasn't really in that part of California. It was like central and northern California, but the boom of the gold rush brought a lot of people to California, and it was one of the many things that boosted the population of Los Angeles, but there's a lot of other things, and yeah, it's just kind of... They all said it's there because of the gold rush, and it's not really there because of the gold rush. I think they're all wrong and I'm right, and I do the fact check, so I decide. This was fact checked by a true What We Beat Last Week Patriot.
It was not our white
Say white people?
No,
Oh.
white people.
Oh, no white people. I thought you were
Not our...
like white people don't know when
White people.
Los Angeles was made.
He just nervously laughs.
I just feel crazy after
Yeah,
listening to all that.
1804 to 1806 is when Lewis and Clark did their expedition.
I haven't had much caffeine today, so
Yes, you have.
We're feeling
that was
silly.
the only caffeine I had.
That's the whole drink.
A
The whole
slug.
thing. Huh?
It was like this much.
How much caffeine do you think was in that?
She went out. She stood
Nikki,
under a
for the
drain.
listeners,
and
for the
held her-
listeners, Nikki cupped her very dainty little hand.
this much.
It was like this with my fingers open.
It was spilling onto the floor. She was.
For reference, I got a small 7 brew energy, whatever the fuck, and they put a shit ton of ice. I could barely
Those
get my
fuckers.
straw in the cup because there was so much ice in there. So it was more ice than drink,
Wasn't that
first
hot
of all.
today?
Second of all, I usually have 12 ounces of coffee and then later also an energy drink in the day. So
Oh wow, that's a lot. I get so
That is a
jittery.
lot.
I can do 2 cups of coffee. I have to like space them out, or else I just start like fucking shaking
If
and
I
my
don't have
tummy
an afternoon
hurts.
cup of coffee by 2 p.m., I'm falling asleep. on
I'm
my desk.
just so sensitive to caffeine. It just makes
some of
me
us are
all-
big dogs and some
Some
of
of
us
us are
are
big dogs.
little dogs.
Yeah.
You know what? To be fair, I kind of do have little dog. I like a Chihuahua. I'm like your little guy down here. I just be shaking. If I have too much caffeine, I'll be sitting there and I'll just go freaking out.
I can feel my blood pressure literally rise if I do overdo it, though.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Yeah,
There's a sweet spot.
I'll start sweating and then I'll be like, oh, there we go. That's it. That's the spot. Too much.
I've reached nirvana.
You
What's
do
our-
it like a flow state, especially if you time it exactly right throughout the day. You could just be in like caffeine flow state till 6 p.m. It's great.
There was a time where I was getting a big coffee after work like every single day
Oh
from
yeah,
7
that's right.
They're like a
Jesus.
600 calorie
Oh my gosh.
giant ass.
Yeah, then he realized that it was
It was
like
basically
600
just
calories.
a milkshake,
Yeah.
and it was awesome. It was a milkshake that made me feel good.
What milkshake doesn't make it feel good?
Milkshakes make me feel bad. I don't drink them.
That makes me
They
sad.
make me feel
Like
ill.
make you feel like bad because you're like, I know this is horrible for
yeah,
me.
and I just feel a little ill.
Yeah, that's a lot of sugary.
yeah.
That's why like,
Yeah, man.
I've learned. I think that part of it was that I've always been told throughout my life, you're like, you're a big boy. You gotta eat a lot. You got anytime that you have a lot of substance to consume, you gotta eat a lot of it. And so I was like,
You've
okay,
been told whenever you have a lot of substance to consume to eat
to consume a lot of it. Yeah,
I've
I need
never,
to
ever been
consume like
told
maybe
that.
twice my
Not
portion
once in my life.
because I'm a big old boy. And so it's in my adulthood, I had to be like, you know what? I don't need an extra large milkshake. I can get the medium
Yeah,
or
you're not a
even
gi- you're not a
the
giant.
small.
What amazes me is the speed in which you eat.
I have 6 siblings.
I know.
I
I
have
just
to
have
eat or
never
I don't get
witnessed-
seconds.
I have never witnessed anything like it in my life, and it's still
And it's not just me. It's
I'm
if you're at a
imagining you at,
table
like, a
with me and my
trough.
brothers, it's
Sort of
gone.
the vibe.
You're like,
Like in Charlotte's Web.
you guys just called me a pig. Just call me a fucking pig.
They're like, I gotta eat quick. I gotta eat quick.
I'm just a big guy. I'm not big. I'm a big guy.
And it's that particular slop that they animate in that film.
Wait.
That really
Yeah.
came
This
to
could
mind
take
so
us into a
clearly.
really good transition into the Odyssey conversation.
Oh shit! Yeah.
We didn't
Perfect.
see that.
Speaking of
We
pigs,
watched Spider-Man Brand New Day.
well, there are
Speaking
a lot
of pigs,
there
there's a
are
lot of pigs walking around.
There's a lot of cops in that movie.
Yeah.
That's a
so-
different conversation.
It's a little bit of propaganda, but that's okay.
We're talking about that.
But then
last week,
but then it was kind of anti-government agenda at the end.
Agenda.
Yeah. So what did you think of the Odyssey?
The Odyssey, I thought Odyssey was awesome.
I had to bring up the pigs because I thought that was, it's like without a doubt my favorite part.
That was
When it
fucking
was awesome.
That
and
was
it was
awesome.
all practical effects, which is sick as
It was
fuck.
so cool.
It was so
It was
cool.
reminiscent of the scene in Beetlejuice where they like
Right.
Oh,
mold
yes.
their faces,
Yep,
and I
yep.
was like, hell yeah!
Yeah.
Love
a little
that.
more Floopler
Yes,
or whatever
yes.
his fucking name
Some
is
guy.
in Spy Kids.
Floop is a madman, help us, save us. Floop is a madman, help us, save
That
us.
one keeps
The
coming up.
perfect
We should just watch
combination.
Spy Kids.
We should.
We
We'll
should
watch
just
Spy
watch
Kids,
it.
We should
and
watch
then we'll-
all of
I've got
Yes,
Spy
we
Kids
should.
2 right there on my.
That's
on
the
my
one.
That
No, it's
is.
not. That's the first one. The second one's the
Second one
Island of
has
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. The Island of
Do you
Steve
think
Buscemi.
God stays in heaven because
He's on
he too
Little
is
St.
afraid
James.
of what he has created?
Jesus.
Why do you have that memorized?
Quoting Spy Kids too.
I think I
everybody.
just quote Steve Buscemi. I'm 2 for 2 so
Oh
far.
my god, that's so funny.
I don't
But
tip.
the Odyssey was really good. Okay, can I be honest? The
Please.
sound
Please.
was too much.
It was a lot. I
had to plug my ears like
Where'd you
at
see
least 5 or 6 times.
We saw it at the Alamo at one of the big screens.
One of the big screens?
Is there only one?
There's the big show.
I think
We
The
saw
big
it
show?
at the big show.
Okay.
So there's only
I-
one big show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whoa!
So the big show's
What's
walking.
the big show?
What'd you think of the Odyssey?
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying so hard to tell you. I liked it a lot. My biggest concern is that I think the sound will make it inaccessible for a lot of people to enjoy. Like, I love a loud event. I like concerts. I like to feel the ground shake beneath me when it is appropriate. And this was loud enough for everything to shake, and then it would get so much louder.
Mhm.
For who?
I wonder if it was.
I thought it was kind of awesome.
I'm not surprised at all that you think that.
I liked being
the same.
I liked being
I
shaken
think
around.
that. I wonder if it was also.
Kick my dog.
Yeah.
kicked my dog. Rachel kicked my dog.
Oh.
I wonder if it was also because of where we were sitting. Also,
Oh,
like, because
yeah,
we
that
were
might
like
be
sitting
it.
at like against the wall, basically.
might be
Yeah, I think that
And
did.
so, if we
I
were
still
like
have strong
in the
feelings about
middle of the theater, maybe it wouldn't have been so loud. But I do agree. I was sitting there. I was like, "Damn, this is loud." But
And
I
then
didn't.
there would be loud parts,
Yeah,
and then people would be talking when it was so very, very loud, and I'm plugging my ears.
but it's.
trying to listen to dialogue and not blow my fucking eardrums.
I think it's intentional
Christopher
though that
Nolan.
it's supposed to be like hard to hear them though. I don't ever like nothing was sitting there and I go, well, I can't. There's no reason I can't understand them. It's not like they were.
Historically, Christopher Nolan is not great about that.
Yeah.
About like dialogue in the mix. He, the meme is Tenet, where you just can't fucking hear what they're saying
I haven't
at
watched
all.
Tenet yet, so I need
It's
to figure out
fine.
that.
It's fun. But yeah, that movie has a really bad problem with dialogue. I could see it being too loud. It'll also vary like per theater and like per projection.
I think it should give a
whatever.
disclaimer.
That's I'm
Honestly.
glad
I
you
would
brought
say
that
that.
up
I would
because
think- yeah.
after we recorded last time, I saw somebody on social media being like, "Hey, warning to people with sensory issues because there is no warning
No, there
and
should be.
it is really loud. So maybe bring earplugs."
I'm like
or,
afraid to take my mom. She's
Oh.
fragile.
Give her earplugs.
Yeah, bring some.
I think that they needed like a definitely like all sensories because there was also some flashing.
Flashing,
The
some
flashing
lightning.
was pretty hardcore.
And I was like,
It was really
I was like
bright.
squinting at the.
I felt like
know.
a toddler. I was like plugging my ears and like squinting really hard. Yeah.
a sensory nightmare.
I think that they could have like different screenings of it where they like
sensory friendly.
sensory friendly screenings
It-
where they at least give disclaimers and tone it down a little bit, because we talked about it right after. The movie is experimental in a lot of ways, and I think we should talk about those because they're very interesting.
Okay.
But this, the sound of it in every theater being that loud will make people not see it, I think. And that makes me sad for people wanting to participate in the conversation that literally everybody's having right now.
Yeah, I think that people won't like if someone says, "Hey, you don't want to watch this movie in theaters, at least," like then I think that would probably stop it. But I don't think it would stop anybody because like I don't know if there's not like a lot of at least reviews that I've read where people are really talking about that, but like especially big ones. Maybe some like individual people.
I haven't seen it as a big widespread.
Yeah, so maybe
thing,
it could just have been like
My algorithm is also
more
bad,
akin to that.
so-
yeah.
I was gonna say, people I surround myself with are sensory sensitive folks. So
Yeah,
that's not
and
surprising.
it is also the case that you saw it in the biggest, loudest theater in the
Probably that too. Oh, and
cinema.
I'm interested to see what it'd be, what it would be like in a smaller theater.
Yeah.
In a different location.
Yeah, but that's a good
That's
point.
like the one critique I have of it. Like,
That's
there's
fair.
other like stylistic critiques, but that's like the big critique that I have about the whole production.
That's fair. What experimental things are you referencing?
I'm glad that you asked. I got a bunch of stuff spoiled for me because everybody saw it before us, so I know you didn't do that.
Yeah, I put my head in the sand. I
Which
will
was really
never get a
hard.
movie spoiled for me ever.
But I learned that IMAX cameras are huge and loud.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yes.
And so apparently they had to like create a sound buffer device where they like put the camera in it, and it made the filming situation a lot harder to work around. And so for a lot of the scenes where there's like interpersonal dialogue, they were like literally having to work around gigantic cameras, and they were looking at other actors in mirrors, not like directly at
Right.
them, to go around them. And I think that's super cool. And at least in one of the very close-up scenes of Anne Hathaway, I saw like a weird glare in only one of her eyes, and I was like, there it is. So like I'm glad I knew that before going in, so I could notice stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So that one is cool. All of the instruments were like recreations of instruments of antiquity, and I think that's sick as fuck because
That
you
is
don't
sick.
get the sounds like
Interesting-
that with modern instruments.
Yeah. Weird commitment to historical accuracy there.
I
in
think
that
that
one
it like
part.
had
Yeah.
it had a very old school soundtrack to, and like in sound and feel to it, because you'd watch like a fantasy movie in maybe the 70s, and then that's kind of like how everything sort of sounded, like these trumpets and the strings and sometimes those little weird little flutes that would come in.
Well, I feel like this was
and-
like woodwindier
Yeah,
than
I
that,
agree.
than like older.
Yeah,
even older
there was a lot
ones.
of fanfare with those other ones, but like this had like some flute and some.
It
For
sounded
sure.
very like acoustic.
Mhm.
This
for a
was
lot of it.
Ludwig Göransson. Oh, this is probably
Oh,
why he
Ludwig.
didn't. Oh no, he did do
He did a
he did
lot.
do The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh my god, he did. That's
Mhm.
funny.
Yeah, this guy's on a hot streak.
Yes.
I love the pig scene. I have to say it again. I think it's maybe the coolest depiction of witchcraft that I've seen in like a mainstream movie.
That was really cool. Even more than the Vivitch.
That one wasn't that magical for real.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
one like was very like that.
mushed up a little baby.
What?
Mushed up
Huh?
a little baby. She stole the baby and then mushed
Oh,
it up
yeah.
in a mortar and pestle.
What the freak?
Robert Eggers is
but
on
that one
some
is
Shit.
that's a different conversation. I liked it. I did not like how they depicted Cersei, but I love the Madeline Miller version of Cersei, and that is why. So I'm willing to give them some grace there. The tortilla wrap that you mentioned
Calypso
was so on point that when I noticed it, I was like, "Oh my god, Nikki was right!"
Tortilla wrap?
I completely forgot that you had
Calypso's,
mentioned
like,
something
wrap.
about that, and I remember
right.
sitting there and I was looking at it, I'm like, that looks like a tortilla blanket.
It does.
That blanket over there.
Yeah, it does. It looks
looks just
exactly
like
like that.
What intern fucked that up and nobody saw to correct it?
I don't know.
I'm like, how did she make this? Where did she get it from?
Scraps.
Yeah.
A box of scraps in a cave.
But I felt like some people said that like their critiques of the movie were that at the beginning it was a little hard to follow the time jump, and then at the end then it's like, oh, but as soon as it like got over to Matt Damon, we were good.
It was non-linear
I
in a lot of ways.
I didn't find that hard at all.
No,
It was like a
very-
storytelling device.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm sorry that it couldn't go black and white and color like Oppenheimer, but
I'm sorry that your short form
Yeah.
content addled.
Right.
Yeah,
Your attention span's fried.
yeah,
Pay
I find
attention.
it complicated.
I felt like you could half pay attention and figure out what's going on, or just know the story of the Odyssey. I mean,
Okay,
it's
that's
just like
the part.
there's
People
so...
bitching about spoilers. This is the oldest story in human fucking history. If you don't know it, that's not my fucking fault. I'm going to continue to talk about it in
Yeah.
public. Read a book.
Yeah, read
Jesus
a book.
Christ.
Watch The Simpsons. Watch Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah, there are
Like,
references to it in
Everywhere.
so
in everything.
much
There's
stuff.
so
It's like
much
the
stuff
original
is
source-
just the Odyssey.
Source material.
It is the original source material. I like that.
It is.
Is
Based.
Gilgamesh not older?
Ooh, that one is a good question that we would need to
I know
fact-check.
nothing about
I
Gilgamesh.
Fact check.
actually don't know.
I think that's like Final Fantasy.
Are you going to look up
Bling.
Gilgamesh?
No. I'll throw it in.
Okay.
Unless you super care right
What's
now.
Gilgamesh
I'm
from?
curious right now. The Epic of Gilgamesh?
Yeah, what's that from?
History?
I was going to
like,
say just
like what fucking culture?
Oh,
Like-
I don't know.
Fact check by Joey at time of editing. According to Wikipedia, the Epic of Gilgamesh is an epic from ancient Mesopotamia that is the world's oldest surviving example of narrative literature, predating the Odyssey by a few hundred to 1,000 years, over 1,000 years. This was fact checked by a true What We Beat Last Week patriot.
Rachel,
Yes.
did you read Emily Wilson's The Odyssey? Did you talk about that?
I listened to it.
You
yes.
listened to Emily Wilson's The Odyssey. Did you
Yes,
see
I
what
did.
she had to say about The Odyssey?
I didn't read it verbatim, but I've heard a few analysis of her analysis, which is like very meta and too layered for my sake. But from what I can glean from other people's reactions to her critique is Emily Wilson is a feminist scholar, and this was not a feminist film.
Sure.
And Lord knows that people are going to have things to say about it. I think her main critique was that it diminished the role of female characters, which I will agree with her that it did.
Yeah, for sure.
It
think that's fair.
totally watered down the story of Circe and Odysseus, totally watered down Calypso, totally watered down Penelope. Like, those are very rich characters. And those are also, like, the only female representation in the entire story, and they don't get a lot of screen time or a lot of attention. So I agree with that critique of it.
Yeah,
And she's a historian, so I understand why she has things to say about historical accuracy, but I also don't think that that's the point of the movie. So I think it is telling that Christopher Nolan used her translation, but she did not advise on the film at all. Like, that, like, I'm glad that that is the translation that was used. But I'm also not surprised that she had critiques of the...
Yeah, she said...
Yeah.
Nice. She said, we need to have a protagonist with detailed, believable motivation. These desires seem stripped away from Odysseus. He doesn't seem to want food. He doesn't seem to want sex. What does he want?
They
Yeah.
don't fuck. It was also one of her biggest critiques, and there is a lot of sex in the Odyssey.
Oh, really?
There is a lot. Odysseus literally has a kid with Circe
Oh,
while he's
really?
on the island, and he just doesn't include that in the movie. So,
Huh.
yeah, that's one thing. Because, like, what are human urges if not eat, drink, fuck? Especially when you're away from home, you know? Like,
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we were discussing about, like, do you think that morally, I guess you can say it from like a moral standpoint, you can think about it from our modern perspective, or even just like his situation or ancient perspective, whatever it is. Do you think Odysseus is a good man? Like, what you would classify as a good man?
I also have a follow-up question for this one, too.
Yeah, sure.
I think
Came to
he...
that so fast.
Yeah, I mean, he shows growth in this depiction. Like, at the beginning, I maybe wouldn't have said that. And then at the end, I probably would say that. Yes.
Interessant. Do you think Telemachus is a good man? I have an asterisk to add to the end of that, though.
Wait, do you think Odysseus is a good man?
Have thoughts about both of them, but my thoughts come from reading it or listening to it, and again, Madeline Miller's Circe story that also adds to it.
Well, in the movie The Odyssey, do you think they depict him?
In the movie The
He's
Odyssey, they
pretty
depict him as a pretty upstanding,
Yeah, he's-
morally
Yeah.
sound kind of guy. Same with Telemachus. I think they depict him as like kind of like a weenie boy, daddy's boys kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's like overall depicted as like a good man. In the book, in the original text, at the end of the movie, Telemachus kills all of the slave women. Do we think he's a good guy
Why?
after that?
Why?
Because they
No.
fucked all the suitors. Which, like, the
But they were
loyalty there-
slaves.
And there are questions about consent there that certainly were not being asked. But the whole reasoning in the text is that he kills them because they have not been loyal to Odysseus, which, like, they haven't. Often against their will, they weren't, but, like, whatever. But yeah, he kills them and strings them up.
I'll say bad person.
Yeah.
And I don't think they would have wanted Tom Holland to do things like that. So I can understand why they excluded it. But I have strong feelings about whether or not they're, like, good men by either their own standards or modern standards.
Yeah, I think that's Emily Wilson's. A lot of her critique is stripping away the complicated parts of Odysseus. I want to read one more quote because she's funny. He's clever and smart and therefore a fascinating character, Wilson says. But she adds, the movie gives us a version of Matt Damon as Odysseus who is not required to be smart. Instead, he's just constantly troubled by anxiety about his role in the Trojan horse and the Trojan War. That's a shame.
I like Emily Wilson a lot. There's also amazing clips of her reading aloud the text in its original Greek.
Ooh.
And I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. It is sick as fuck.
Greek sounds so cool.
It is sick as fuck.
Yeah, how'd they do that?
I don't know. I don't know how they did that. But I have lots of thoughts about the Odyssey. I'm glad people are talking about it. I'm glad it's in the zeitgeist right now. Yeah.
Do you have any more thoughts about the movie specifically? Any cool parts you want to talk about? You want to talk about the Cyclops more, or
Cyclops
you guys want
was
to talk
cool.
about the Cyclops?
You want to talk about the Cyclops? Cyclops is cool. Cyclops was crazy.
Yeah.
I felt like it looked really good.
Yeah.
I feel like they did everything that they possibly could to make it look realistic and
Yes, yes, Rachel.
No,
Okay.
you go.
There is, I think, an artistic reference in the Cyclops scene, and I think it's referencing what is the painting? The Goya painting where he's biting off the sun's head.
Like Jupiter devouring his
yes,
son.
That is the painting that I think whenever like the fucking Cyclops is like biting off the head.
Yeah.
I think that's a reference to that painting.
Interesting. I want to get that painting in our like living room. Like,
I
really
love
big.
that painting.
I like it a
I
lot.
have done a version of that as Medusa with a headless statue man. That was like one of the studies I did in college.
That's
I
fun.
love, and Goya is so cool. Oh my god, I could go on and on.
The beans?
What?
Nothing.
No, the
I thought
Goya
there was
beans are don't.
You don't
get
think
the-
they're very cool?
Don't get the Goya beans.
I thought there was a lot of cool things that they did in this movie. I like the whole tying it back with, you know, the rule of Zeus kind of going through this entire thing, and then, you know, at the very end, it's like they actually did kill a god in disguise.
That scene was sick with
and,
Zendaya.
Yeah, when they
Sad, but
so there was a lot of cool things. I think that I liked Odysseus's growth and kind of this understanding and of where his story went with him. You know, it kind of explains a lot of things that at first you kind of wonder, especially like him turning back around. They escape the Cyclops cave and he just turns around and lets loose an arrow into its eye
Fucking
again.
dweeb.
And so you think initially you go, well, why would he do that? That just seems kind of spiteful. And then you just kind of realize that it's even with it just he never you're like, oh no, you're not ready to go home yet sort of theme is that like he just he actually, although he won't even admit it, he doesn't want to go. That's probably why he did that. He's also like, okay, well, that's why I'm willing to kind of go the long way around so we don't have to follow Agamemnon no more. I want to do my own thing, and you know what, if we get lost, honestly, I don't really care.
Yeah, I saw someone else pointing out it's not my own original thing, but like it hits harder him talking about not wanting to follow Agamemnon home, like literally follow Agamemnon after we see how horrible all the troops were during the Trojan, the siege of Troy. It's
right.
like just murdering and killing whoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were slaughtering, and he's, you know, Odysseus is just watching it. And that's the thing. He's like, I did all this. I was the original one who broke the rule of Zeus, and I'm the one who actually, I'm the one who gave a gift. And he's like, I had a really good idea, and that really good idea, doomed civilization.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy. It's crazy.
And I think the note, like the thesis statement of the movie being, if you break like hospitality rules and treat guests either in your home or in your nation badly, civilization falls apart. I think that's a timely discussion for particularly U.S. viewers to have. And I really do think, whatever you think about pagan religions, if there was
awesome.
the whole treat others the way you would like to be treated. Maybe it's a god at your front doorstep or on the side of the road or like at a homeless shelter. Our society would be a little different.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, I've heard people, like, we have the golden rule, of course, treat others the way you want to be treated. But then someone said, they're like, oh, no. What I think sounds better is treat others the way you, or make others feel the way you want to feel. And even that I kind of have a problem with, because I go, well, what if you don't care how people make you feel? It's the same thing.
you
It's
don't
like,
care about feeling bad.
yeah, I don't care if I feel like if someone makes me feel bad because it doesn't bother me. It's the same thing with how people get treated. Like, I don't care if someone talks down to me because I don't care what they think. There's certain people out there that have that confidence, who have that sort of just like disregard for societal appreciation and acceptance, so they don't care. And so that's to tell people, treat others the way you want to be treated, make others feel the way you want to feel. They don't care about that. But if you then insinuate treat others the way you want to be treated because they could be actually Zeus in disguise, then it's like, oh, okay. That's the same thing. Like if we were to say that with Jesus, you'd be like, because you never know, this could be Jesus coming back.
Well,
Right.
the stranger
that'd be like-
is representative of God. Like that should be the takeaway. It's like
Mhm.
treat strangers the same way you would treat a god in your home.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's too hot of a take.
No.
And I feel like for the most part, when they were treating a god as another person, they weren't doing too much. Like they were
They're just like not letting them die on the
they're
street.
not letting them die. They were feeding them. They were like,
tending to their
pretty-
wounds.
I don't know. They were
pretty-
feeding the suitors for like 10 years. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
insane. That's wild.
well, the suitors were also like abusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the idea also is that like, okay, you took care of me. Now I'm Boogie, and at the same time, you can come over to my home. If Anne Hathaway went over to any of their homes,
They said, "Oh, you're the wife now. Welcome."
yeah,
we
they'd
are
be
gonna
like,
take your
oh,
castle."
you will never leave here. You have to stay here for your protection, or
Mhm.
I'm just a man. You don't get to leave now.
Terrifying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
There's so many
what did
people in
you-
that fucking building. Like there's like
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
150 suitors.
How are they not like destitute? They're feeding like 150 people like fucking three
Took
square
20
meals.
years for all of their supplies to run out. Odysseus was gone for 20 years.
That's crazy.
What would you rate the Odyssey?
I think like a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay.
It was a banger, dude. It was. I liked Oppenheimer. I think that Oppenheimer.
What'd you rate
and
Oppenheimer?
Probably. I think I gave it like a 9 out of 10. I think they're both epics, but they have different feels to them. I liked Oppenheimer. Some people don't like it. I get that, but I don't know. Whatever. I enjoyed it. But with the Odyssey, it's just like I felt like I'm like, oh, this. I sat there and I was like, this is cinema. I was like, this is a movie.
that's the exact.
This is a fucking movie.
what he said right when we came out of the movie.
Like, yes. As someone, I just feel like it's been a long time. I feel like I was just watching a bunch of slop. I was watching a bunch of slop and not. Have I talked about Captain America: Brave New World yet? I'm going to talk
No.
about that after
Let's
this.
assume not.
So I didn't talk about it last week. I'm talking about it this week.
Okay.
You did not
So,
talk about it.
Are
We're
we
gonna talk about it
transitioning
later.
To that?
No, we're
Well,
gonna.
okay.
Let's
Rachel-
do Spider-Man
Wait,
first.
Let's do
Rachel,
Spider-Man.
what do you rate the Odyssey?
I'm on the fence. I like the conversation that it's provoking in society. I will probably watch it again, at least with my mom and maybe a few other friends. But I don't know if it'll like become a movie that I watch regularly. And the sound really did take me out of it for like at least a few minutes, so I'll give it like an 8.5.
Okay.
Emily
you
Wilson's translation, 10 out of 10.
What did you guys give the Odyssey, Nikki and Joey?
8.5.
I give it 4.5 out of 5 in heart.
Okay,
I'd give it a 2 out of 2.
2 out of 2. That's good.
The scales are so meaningless.
No, they all mean something different.
No, they are so meaningless, which is why I was talking to my brother-in-law today about the scale, and he was making fun of me for the 3 stars. And while talking to him, I am more convinced that 2 stars is the true answer.
It's the Josiah parable.
Oh my god.
No, the Josiah parable is everything's a 50-50.
It's either
just,
a good
just like
or
statistically not
it's
true.
either a good movie
True,
or a bad
that's true.
movie.
Yeah, that's a different sentence.
No, is this movie
Probabilities and ratings are
Yes or
different
no?
things.
Those are
good?
different.
Is this movie good? Yes or no?
Okay, you've convinced me back to the 3.
God.
The 3
There you
stars.
go,
Thank
attaboy.
you.
Oh my god.
Because he doesn't want me to be right.
Actually, 4 stars would be pretty.
Oh
But that's
my
what
God,
that's
just
what
pick
Siskel
one.
and, that's what Siskel and Ebert did.
I don't think 4 stars is crazy. First of all, because
Why?
if you think about it, you got 75% 75 to 100. Like, that's such a huge jump.
Well, it's bad, middling but leaning towards bad, middling but leaning towards good, and good.
No, it's not good. It's great. The best. 4 stars is the best it can be.
Yeah.
And then
That's why
if
it should
3
really be
stars
5.
is middling,
Make it a Likert scale if you want it to be like that.
Scale.
well, because then I'm saying if you have two stars that are already middling, but they kind of go the other way, then just put 1 star in their place.
No, because then 2 is out of 3. It's just I feel like it's a cop out.
No.
Just
But
like
then
how I feel
that's-
2.5.
That's why
to
5
3
stars.
is a
That's why
cop-out.
5 stars is better.
No, because then I feel like 3 stars is a cop out.
I'm gonna start rating movies out of
looking-
100.
I was looking at
Scream!
I was looking at my
The
reviews and
Odyssey
how many
is so much easier to rate if you rate it out of 100. It's like a 90 out of 100 is you're like that's
the
generous.
amount of movies I've rated 3 stars
Can
is
we just
is
give them
just
letter
stupid.
grades at this point? I don't care.
It's an
That
S tier movie.
Not an S. Why would it be an S?
S is above A.
is true.
It is true.
That's true.
fucking hate it here.
My most common rating is
I'm
3.5
gonna stick to my
stars
rating
because
system.
so
I'm
many
not
movies
changing
just go into
mine.
that bucket.
Yeah,
If
there's
I
two-
finished it, it was
well,
good.
If you think
Yeah,
about
exactly. So 1 or 2 that forces you to make a decision of is it good or is it bad?
Well, if you think about it, 3.5 is a 7, and 7 is middling. Like that's like where we.
No,
I feel
it's
like,
not.
I feel like 7.
No, it
is,
I have
isn't.
to edit this
We're
part out.
middling for good.
I just listened to you
Mm.
describe that 5 is a competent movie. That's middling.
5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so 7 is not
No.
middling.
7 is
Middling for good.
7 is pretty
definitionally
good.
it's not middling.
7
yeah.
is like it's fine. You know, it's
Yeah.
better than average. Anyways.
Anyway.
We watched Spider-Man Brand New
We
Day.
watched
I
Spider-Man
did
Brand
not.
New Day,
Well,
but
before
Rachel did not.
that-
But she told me in the car, it's a Spider-Man movie. I get the gist. So
I like Spider-Man, though. I have nothing against it.
no,
I'll watch
I
it.
know, but I'm just saying, like,
Spider-Man is like my favorite of the superheroes.
We can throw in how we felt about No Way Home because we just rewatched that as
Yeah.
well. Did you
oh shit,
I've
I
not
haven't
seen any
rewatched
new
it in a
Spider-Mans.
minute, but I have rewatched it before.
in comparison to Brand New Day, No Way Home feels cheap and
I
fake.
do not like No Way Home.
Okay.
I think it's the worst of the 4 Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
I don't know. I
4
really
of
I really didn't like
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Far From Home.
You didn't
that
like
much.
Far From Home?
It was okay. I think I liked No Way Home more. It's just more exciting.
I think that there was exciting. It was artificial excitement.
Yeah, it
There's
was
a
awesome.
Far From Home and a No Way Home.
So
And
there's
Homecoming.
different movies.
Homecoming is the first one, and then Far From Home they go to England and
Of
in
course
Italy, and then there's No Way
See-
Home.
That's the one I don't think I've seen. For real.
Oh.
Far From Home.
You have probably seen all of them.
Maybe.
And then
Just-
Brand New Day.
Okay. I did not
This
know
is the
that
new
there was
one.
4 Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not realize that. The last one I've seen was the Tobey Maguire one. It's been a while, guys.
Well, they've
I'm
got to
sorry.
make one every like 5 years or something where they lose Spider-Man forever.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wait, really?
Sony
Yeah.
does, yeah.
Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man and the X-Men.
No.
Not the X-Men no
Fox owned X-Men,
more? Oh,
but then Disney bought Fox.
so there you go. Fox
Ah,
owns
yes.
X-Men.
It's a mess. Anyways,
Anyways,
I think I don't like No Way Home because I don't have as much nostalgia for the old Spider-Man, and that's like the whole draw of
Oh,
that
okay.
movie. So
But Brand New Day feels so much more real than
Yes.
No Way Home.
yeah,
No Way Home had a lot of issues, I think, because it was filmed close to COVID times,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
Sign of the
it
times.
felt fake.
Yeah.
Felt bad. No, I agree. There was a lot of like, oh, this feels like I'm in a weird room. Oh, this scene looks horrible.
yeah, there was just some bad CGI and stuff, and
Yeah.
you know,
That famous shot of Flash standing on the street, and it looks horrible, and he's just standing on a street because it's obviously a green screen.
Yeah.
But Brand New Day,
Brand New Day is pretty cool. It had a lot more physical sets. I mean, there we all saw like the before the movie came out, there was a lot of footage about him on a city street fucking with that tank. Like Tom
Yeah.
Holland was out there on a street,
yeah,
so that was a lot. Like there was some of those scenes were real.
yeah, it was a lot New Yorkier.
Yeah,
There was
That's what
way
very
more
New
New
York.
you know what?
York
It felt
character.
felt like we were in the alley. We felt like we were actually. I felt like Tom Holland had a more New York accent in this movie than he.
We were
Yeah.
talking
did.
about
That's
that.
funny.
I
I
felt like
think
he-
he's putting that on when he is Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and not when he's Peter Parker.
I don't know. I noticed it when he was. Because he's technically Spider-Man when he's talking to her on the phone.
Yeah,
right?
So I was technically thinking that. Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking that. You know what? Yep. Okay.
We
he was Spider-Man.
We also get a lot of Spider-Man. It felt a lot like the Spider-Man video game where he just is Spider-Man more.
Yeah.
He talks to people as Spider-Man. We see Tom Holland's face less.
The scene earlier in this movie where he goes up on that rooftop and like shoots those 3 guys and then like is hanging the one guy from the lamppost is like straight out of the video game.
Yeah, that is true. Yes, it is.
I felt like a lot of it was it felt inspired by like what people wanted Spider-Man to do. I felt like there was a lot of cool things that he could do, whereas we just felt like the previous Spider-Man movies was just a lot of practical stuff Spider-Man could do. There wasn't a lot of like cool stuff he could do. I think at times, like especially these web slinging and things like that.
Truly your friendly neighborhood spider.
A lot of really good web swinging in this
Yeah.
movie.
Hell yeah.
A lot of good Spider-Man action. Like all the fight scenes were. It's directed by the same dude who directed Shang-Chi.
Oh, cool.
And so yeah, like all the fights felt a lot different than the previous Spider-Man movies for sure.
And the thing is, like, the big difference between No Way Home and Brand New Day, I feel for me, they both were similar in the sense that there was a lot going on that they needed to include. They had a lot of characters they were working with. They had a lot of villains they were working with. There was a lot of things to do. But I felt like this was more genuine because it fit Jean Grey a bit more, but it also just seemed like, because it all felt so much more grounded. It felt like, oh, we're on the boots with people who are out here in New York. We have, Bruce Banner out here teaching. We have the Punisher just roaming the streets because that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, the Punisher is what fucking Lobo should have been in Supergirl. Because he was like he is more, his principles are, he's fine with killing people. That's chill, and that's kind of what Lobo's like, just chaos. But Punisher showed up and was an actually good foil to Spider-Man,
right?
In this movie, he was really good.
I think that they depicted them growing up very well. Like in this movie, we have a little bit of a time jump, and they're actually adults now.
A pretty significant time jump.
Yeah, like 4 years.
Yeah,
because that's like I think it's supposed to be like 20. It's supposed to be like they're 23, I think, in this, because it shows them skipping like Ned's chronologically like discussing like, oh, we're freshmen at MIT. He's like, oh, we're seniors now, and they're like, we just graduated, and so you're kind of like getting their age from this. They went through, because that was No Way Home was Spider-Man couldn't get into MIT because he was Spider-Man, and everyone knew who Peter Parker was.
That's funny.
Yeah, everyone knew who Peter Parker was. So at the end of No Way Home, in order to save everybody, he told Doctor Strange to cast a spell that would make everyone forget who Peter Parker was. And so Peter Parker not only is not known as Spider-Man, but nobody knows who Peter Parker is. Not even MJ, not his best friend Ned.
So
nobody knows who.
It's very sad.
He
Which is very
is.
sad, and I'm glad they didn't they didn't go cheap with it where they just remember. With that scene on the roof with Zendaya was
rough.
It is really rough, but I was like, oh, that's really how they're gonna.
And then
then they do a little trick to.
We all got tricked.
We all got tricked. I feel like if you say you didn't get tricked, then you're probably a liar.
I was tricked. I was tricked for a second. I did get it before they revealed it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Because it did feel too easy, and it just didn't feel like that's how up until that, I didn't think that's how they were gonna go with it, and I'm glad they didn't go with it like that. The fucking stupid Fantastic Beast movies, they have shit like that where there's like a memory thing where that one dude forgets about magic, and then he just knows magic. He just knows about it again in the next movie. They just immediate cop out. Didn't want to deal with the ramifications of that.
Yeah. So a big thing with this movie, Rachel, is that Jean Grey is in it. She's an X-Men, and she's a telepath. She's one of those psychonauts.
And from Psychonauts.
And she essentially, like, the big thing that like at least revealed as her beginning power in this is that she can go into people's minds and basically possess them. And so that's what she's kind of doing throughout the beginning of this movie, is just like bopping in and out of people.
That was pretty sick.
Yeah,
Is she a
I
bad
liked
guy?
that a lot. Huh?
Is she a bad guy?
she's presented as a bad
She's
guy.
the antagonist.
She's the
Okay.
end. Yeah, so presented at least towards the beginning, but
Doesn't sound
Yeah.
like a good guy.
there's reasons why she did what she was doing. That's
who
why
doesn't have
we
them?
kind of find out later, like, oh, you know what?
Great motive, still murder.
Yeah.
That one is a Brooklyn Nine-Nine one-liner.
But she was
But
fucked
she's
up.
technically not a murderer. I guess, right? That's what, like, because that's what
There's
Peter
no shot.
said.
Nobody.
Peter said he's like, you're not a murderer.
Well, I
He
mean,
says
he's just,
that?
he's
Yeah.
just, but he's appealing to her good side.
Yeah.
Like trying to,
Convince her not to.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Not that she's literally not
Mhm.
guilty of murder.
I feel like,
She
yeah.
might be guilty of
that's
some
fair.
murders. We're not we don't see anybody die on screen. I don't think.
I don't
but
think it would be considered first degree.
it would probably
That's a
be
very-
considered first degree murder
No,
if Jean
because-
Grey killed somebody while trying to. Right, maybe second degree.
Yeah.
If she killed them in the
she
process
didn't
of.
plan like when she is
But we don't see all the stuff she does. If she was like, I gotta kill a guard to get into.
but she always had them shoot each other in the leg. Did you notice that?
Yeah, you can still die from that.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
you could.
but
I'm just saying we don't. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But I don't think we see her murder anybody. But that doesn't necessarily mean she doesn't murder anybody.
true.
She's pretty flippant with other people's lives.
Real.
Seemingly.
She's not a good person for the first
No.
part of this movie for sure.
Okay.
Growth
But
happens.
I would say that I think that, Sadie Sink did a good job. I don't
Yeah,
think,
she was really good.
I felt like she was really good. I felt like the character was portrayed pretty, like, respectfully. I didn't feel like I was sitting there and being like, this is not Jean Grey. But, like, I just felt like, okay, we got, it just opens up a lot of doors because there's a lot, like, you're like, okay, here's our first X-Man.
Okay, can you tell me
Okay.
if I'm stupid for thinking this? I want to get his
Technically,
name.
it's not our first X-Men because in the the multiverse Doctor Strange movie, he went and he found Professor Xavier in like a different
Oh
multiverse.
yeah,
and-
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
all the multiverse stuff really complicates
it's
stuff.
just a lot.
But Trammell Tillman's character, Trammell Tillman's character, the head of the Department of
Defense.
I love him. That
Department
actor.
of Damage Control.
Damage
I
Control
called
is
it
what
the
it is.
Department of Defense as well. We don't even have one
I'm
of
about
those
to ask
anymore.
to have a cabinet member in this movie. I was so confused.
The head of the Department of Damage Control.
Yeah.
He, I kind of thought he was going to be a Charles Xavier character. He had like a brown suit on at one point. Okay, and I thought I didn't really immediately catch on that he wasn't a good guy.
You thought he was like a variant?
I thought something like that, where he would, I don't know. Okay, imagine this: Jean Grey pushes him away with telepathic powers. He breaks his spine. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because
and
Charles Xavier has to be.
He's
In a
not
Fingers up to
wheelchair.
his
He's not in a
temple.
wheelchair.
And he
no, we see in an after credit scene him. Okay, they have to shave his head bald so they could put nodes on his scalp,
Okay.
and they
Oh.
give him her powers like they were trying to figure out how to do. They set that up,
They did set that up,
but that didn't happen. He's not any sort of Charles Xavier.
Nope.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. That was
but
stupid. But
Yeah.
he wore a brown suit.
Mhm. I felt
For
like
some reason, imagining Charles Xavier as like not already bald and forced to be shaved like made me really sad for him. I don't know. Like,
It's
I know we're just like
that's how they do it in stupid fucking X-Men Apocalypse, because he has his hair up until X-Men Apocalypse, I
Oh my
think.
God.
Like the younger version of Charles
Oh,
Xavier,
yeah.
and then he just sort of loses it when he is being used as a conduit for Apocalypse.
He needs
just sort
better
of loses
connection.
Oh,
So fucking
No
dumb.
barrier.
sad.
That movie sucks. It makes you
It
sad.
does. It makes me sad.
But it had me thinking for a moment of Trammell Tillman as Charles Xavier and how fucking sick
That would be
be
really cool. I love him.
I love him too. He'd be awesome. Have you watched Severance?
Oh God, he's
No.
so
No, I
he's
haven't.
so
I really wanna watch it.
good.
Have you watched?
I ain't got no Apple.
Have you watched Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning?
Why would I?
That's a good
What
point.
is he? in that?
He's the guy in the submarine. He has the most insane
he
like
is.
character intro ever, and we'll have to look at that after. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, I feel like there was just so many good things this movie did.
Yeah,
Everything
yes, yeah.
felt grounded. Everything felt like what it should be doing. I felt like all
Yes.
the characters were pretty true to themselves.
And every character that, like, there was no, like, glup shitto moment. It's like every
Yeah.
character that's in there that they bring in from other stuff makes sense and
Yes.
has a point in the
I
story.
really appreciate that.
I feel like the Punisher wasn't just thrown. Like, that's the one thing I was worried about. I'm like, oh, they're just going to push the Punisher in there. Oh,
Like fucking Lobo, man.
or
Yep,
Bruce
yep.
Banner's going to be in there. They're just going to throw
Right.
him in there.
Right.
But I feel like everyone had, like,
No,
a
it
point.
all made sense.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie. Whenever me and Clint went and saw this last night,
Mhm.
and we were talking about it, whenever there's like that slamming on the vault door, and then
Yeah.
like they're trying to get in there, and me and Clint are like, are they gonna throw Rhino in here? we completely forgot that earlier in the movie, Spider-Man. I mean, in Spider-Man, the entire time he's talking about. So he's one of his things he's going through is that he's no longer Peter Parker. Essentially, he's just Spider-Man. So these past 4 years, he's just been doing Spider-Man shit. And so now he's
been
starting
very
to
isolated and depressed.
and
Through
he's
perimenopause.
starting
Oh, he
to
hasn't had to pay his taxes though.
he's
That's good.
kind of no he's paying his taxes and stuff, but I'm saying like he's just been
Spider-Man has a social
probably-
security number.
but
He has a
we-
GED.
yeah but
so
he
sorry.
but anyways he had to what the hell
His DNA was
his DNA is
mutating.
mutating, so he's basically like going through a stage of like his life where he's like maturing and his arachnid DNA is kind of going haywire, and so
Thematically, he is committed too hard to Spider-Man.
yeah to
and
where
not to Peter Parker. And now he's turning into a fucking spider, basically.
yeah basically and
But-
so that's what like the big thing is that all of a sudden he has like these actual web shooters, and they're not compatible anymore because now he has organic web glands like
Lands.
like
Ugh.
Tobey Maguire did, so he can shoot webs out of his wrists.
Yeah, it's cum.
Icky.
Everything.
It was cum coated. Not gonna
It
lie,
was really
There
cum
was
Okay,
times where
Spider-Man
like
has always
he was
been
like
cum-coated.
he would fire like a big blast, and then it would kind of like dribble out a little bit.
It has never not
It
been
was
cum coated.
horrible.
Ever, since the Tobey
The
Maguire.
way,
Really?
the way he gagged
Yes.
as
Oh,
he...
he got.
That got
There
me
was like
so
times
good.
where he's like towards the beginning of the movie, he kind of like rubs his like wrist. He's like, ugh. And then later he goes to do it, and he's like just fucking pushing and squeezing, and then it
what
just
do you tense in your body?
and
to
then
do
it starts
that?
gooing.
Yeah.
There's
Gooing
spider
out his wrist.
muscles.
But we finally get like an explanation of like what this is. Like he like does an analysis of it, and he has like silk glands that are starting
Yeah.
to form on his wrist. That's what Tobey Maguire has. He has actual little glands in his wrists that cause
Yucky.
him to do that.
Yuck.
But the more he slips into arachnid mode, he also becomes stronger. And his senses are heightened to like Daredevil levels, where he's
Yeah,
like
it's pretty crazy.
he's hearing drops of water on rooftops away from him.
That
He's-
scene is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like the
Mhm.
noises they use for like the bag going
Yeah.
across the.
Yeah.
That was so awesome. Like
and
this
he's
loud
just
ass
hearing
noise. Oh,
the
it's just a bag.
entire city. And so
Yeah,
by the
it's
end of it,
loud.
Spider-Man because like it's kind of brought up like hey, you got to focus on your personal life or you're gonna fully become Spider. And then he's just working on this inhibitor the whole time, and that's brings us to like the Hulk thing is that
Yeah.
he the whole time he talks to Bruce Banner. He's like, hey, you're staying Bruce Banner and not turning into the Hulk. What's up? He goes, I made this inhibitor. It just won't let me turn into the Hulk.
Yeah,
And so
a setup for
and
later
he's
in the
building
movie.
and he's the entire time he's building this inhibitor. Spider-Man is to just for himself, and he's like, oh, and I'm gonna put it on Jean Grey, and I'm gonna get her to stop using her powers and stop being an absolute monster. And it didn't even click to me that she could have potentially influenced the Hulk and like 'cause
Right,
it wasn't
yeah.
until like she just like all of a sudden throws his inhibitor. I went, oh, it's the Hulk.
Mhm.
And he turned into the real Hulk. He didn't just do like weird half Banner, half
Yeah,
Hulk.
they've definitely used this as
Smart
an
Hulk
excuse.
is what they were calling him. He then became actual Hulk.
Yeah, they're definitely
and
using this as an excuse to get rid of
fucking-
Smart Hulk.
Yeah, and the Punisher and Spider-Man were fighting the Hulk. It was crazy.
wild.
That was a
Yeah,
good scene.
and then and then Punisher gets mind controlled.
Then he gets mind controlled. Yeah.
Oh.
there was some good. Oh shit! Good humor. It was funny, and not like
was funny,
stupid funny.
Not stupid funny. Like it was clever.
Actual good writing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to watch it.
I think it
Yeah.
had a more serious tone. Like I think No Way Home was funnier, but this had a more serious.
Yeah, I
tone.
think this is
Yeah.
probably my favorite Spider-Man movie because
Whoa,
again,
that's high praise.
I don't have much.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it.
Yeah, I think I had to do that too. But it's a very good Spider-Man movie.
It's I'm going to call it my favorite Tom Holland Spider-Man movie for sure.
I think you're probably right. I have to go back. I'm gonna watch the others to make sure, but I think you might be right. It might be the best Spider-Man movie.
I love a good boots on the ground Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I will say, I think the funniest part of this for me was whenever it's later, the Punisher, like I'm not gonna like fully go into a spoiler, but the Punisher is wearing Spider-Man's mask at one point. And
that's pretty funny.
He's like, wait, like he's trying to like let people know. He's like, oh, I'm like, he's pretending to be Spider-Man so Peter Parker can run away. And he's like, it just like cuts to him, he's like shaking, everyone's like, Spider-Man, woo! And it cuts to him inside, and he's just like, you can hear him making those John Bernthal Punisher noises.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really funny.
It's just like, that's just the sounds. It's like, before you always thought like, oh, these were like his battle cries, like how people like yeah, or they're like like making those kinds of noises. We always thought those were like his battle cries. Those are just his noises. Those are just his like, I'm excited.
Sounds like Frankenstein.
I love him just screaming as he's shooting at
Yes.
the whole.
Why does he have to sound like that?
He's so good at it, though. He's so good at it. There's no one who does it quite like him. I think he just gets hired to do that in movies.
That's really good.
But
what do you rate it?
I'd probably give it like I think it was better than the Odyssey. I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Holy cow.
It was either just as good or better. For a Marvel movie, it's probably one of the top 5 MCU movies.
Yeah, I'll have to think about it, but probably, yeah.
So that's why I think, like, for a Marvel movie, it was a really good movie. But a really good Marvel movie is a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost like, it almost feels like I'm rating McDonald's food against other food. Where you go like, you can't really rate a McNugget against other nuggets because it's just different. You can't really rate a fillet of fish against other fish sandwiches because it's like its own thing. You can't really rate like
the pool
like
is too big.
Big Mac. Yeah, it's they're just, McDonald's has like such a certain brand.
I heard someone say if McDonald's was one restaurant, it would have a Michelin star.
I think so. Yeah.
It's just so funny to me.
It's its own thing. Like,
signature for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
I think, you know what? That's probably correct, Joey.
I give it sorry, thinking really hard. I would give it 2 out of 2 stars. I would give it 3 out of 3 stars.
With a heart.
I'd give it 4 out of 4 stars.
I hate this.
I'd probably give it 4 out of 5 stars too.
That's meaninless.
4 out of
all
5.
that.
So
No, I feel like that hones in my opinion pretty hard.
So that's an 8 out of 10.
So out of 5,
I shouldn't have to do math to figure it out.
Out of 5 points, I would give it 1 star, which means it's good.
I'm gonna
give it
give
1
it-
heart, which means I like it. 1 piece of envelope, that means I would recommend it to other people, and I would give it, yeah.
I think I'm gonna
3 points out of 5.
I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10 Spider-Man, but I'm probably gonna give it like 8.5 man spiders.
I'm rolling my eyes. So
I thought he was
hard.
going
I
to go
would
for
give
a man
it-
spider.
I
I
would
thought he was
give
gonna
it-
start like crawling around on the ground and maybe growing other arms. I didn't know where
I
it was
was
gonna
scared,
go.
honestly. What
I was scared. I was like, he's gonna get
transformations were
fangs
gonna
or something.
happen.
He's gonna go crazy.
Or like have multiple eyes.
But by the end, he's a god. They're like, I'm like, is this the strongest Spider-Man, or is this as strong as like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is supposed to be?
Probably.
He's really
He's like
strong.
destroying electric batons with his fucking forearm.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking...
He like uppercutted a guy 6 stories.
Yep. I would give it 8.5 silk glands out of 10.
Silk glands is so yucky.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yuck.
Where did I land on it? I think 4.5 out of 5.
You don't
4.5.
even know.
And a heart.
I'm gonna.
Well, it's all arbitrary, but that doesn't mean that
Everything
doesn't
is
matter.
arbitrary.
But it doesn't mean that doesn't matter.
Anyways, go see it. It's good.
Good transition, Nikki.
Good Marvel film.
Yeah. How many stars did you give No Way Home?
7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd probably give that one 3.5. The cop out answer. I'd give it 1 out of 2. No, I'd give it 2 out of 2. Rachel,
I didn't watch this movie.
why'd you raise your hand? Did you not raise your
I need
hand?
to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Do we have any other movies?
I have a couple.
We'll get to them
Yeah.
after this quick break.
Welcome back, Latter-day Saints.
What movies do you have, Josiah?
I watched. We had a magic night, and so whenever that happens, we watch a series of movies. So I'm just gonna
"Quote
do
unquote" watch.
watch. They were happening, but sometimes like these ones
They're
we
on
kinda
in the
did
same
watch
room.
them.
Okay.
We watched a movie called Bubba Ho-Tep,
Okay.
Okay.
This is a movie that our buddy Nathan always is like, this
Nathan.
is a great movie. What it's about, it's Bruce Campbell,
Yeah.
and he is supposed to be Elvis. He is Elvis in a retirement home. Allegedly, Elvis said, I don't want to be Elvis no more. So he went to a Elvis impersonator, the one that was most like him,
Elvis would never say
and
that.
swapped lives with him. And he let that guy go, and that's the guy who overdosed and everything like that.
That's
Whereas
crazy.
this Elvis just lived as an Elvis impersonator for his entire life.
That is a funny premise.
That is a funny
And
premise.
so he's in a nursing home, and he starts to, he's like at the end of his life. He's dying. And he believes, they're starting to, spooky things are kind of happening around this nursing home. It's led to believe that a curse of a mummy is happening. And
At the nursing home?
At the nursing home, and
Why?
they're starting to suck the souls of these
Where is
dying
it?
people.
What did they do? Why that nursing home?
It's just there's some kind of curse that is happening.
There's not like an explanation as to why.
There is an explanation,
okay.
but this is part of the movie,
Okay.
But there
He doesn't want to spoil Bubba Ho-Tep.
yeah,
my God.
Bubba
Right.
Ho-Tep. So it's
I just been in some haunted nursing homes.
Elvis has to thwart the curse of the mummy with his comrade, who claims to be John F. Kennedy.
This is insane.
But his buddy, he claims to be John F. Kennedy, but he's in a wheelchair and he's black and
What?
looks nothing like John F. Kennedy, but he says he is. And so,
I believe him.
But I think that's part of Elvis's sort of journey through the movie, is that he goes, well, no one believes I'm Elvis. So who am I to say that this guy isn't John F. Kennedy? So he just kept eventually kept referring to him as Jack, as Mr. President.
That's really sweet.
He asked him.
That's like a comment on stepping into someone with dementia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
he
a lesson right there.
but that guy knew everything. He was part of the reason why he learned about the mummy's curse. He had some books about ancient Egypt. And so he
the Kennedys have stuff about
and
ancient
so
Egypt.
there was one scene where he asked me, he was like Mr. They were about ready to go off and do the climactic fight at the end, and he's like, Mr. President, how was Marilyn Monroe? And he's like that's classified information. And then he starts
That
walking.
is something Kennedy would never say.
And then he walked away, and he goes, but between you and me, wow.
Oh, that's more believable Kennedy right there.
And then but okay, Bubba Ho-Tep, it was
Why
kind
is
of
it called that?
because Ho-Tep Emotep,
Okay.
and then Bubba
like
like Elvis, like Bubba.
Oh my god,
Oh.
that's so
Bubba
ridiculous.
Ho-Tep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think it was funny. There was some scenes where he part of it is that he's old and he's just withering away in this nursing home. He's like, I can't really use my legs. I broke my hip. I'm just disabled. I'm hanging out here. He's talking about how he's I haven't had sex in all these years and everything. And there's this as he's starting to as this mummy is sucking souls, he's also getting some adverse effects from it. And he just he eventually he's just he gets sexually aroused, and he the
I thought you said
charge
adverse.
or he gets some adverse. He starts to get some reciprocal effects from it. And he's like, okay. And then the nurse is like, wow, whatever his fake name is,
nurse
and
would
he's just
never say
he's
that.
like, do you want to stroke it? And they're
Oh,
it was
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
an old man would say that in a nursing home.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
nurse would never acknowledge an erect penis in a nursing home ever. Oh my god.
Well, she he also had a lesion on his penis, so she had rubbed cream and stuff on it. So I think
I hate this.
she already had to notice his penis a lot,
Yeah, but
I'm
she
had,
had
like,
making
a
yucky
bed sore.
faces.
on it.
but she then commented on it oh
Sometimes pointing it out is less awkward than
Then
not saying anything at all.
Would you rate it?
wow.
Thank you so much for that.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I think I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It
So
was.
sorry.
I think it was funny. I don't know if
sounds
I would watch it
ridiculous.
again, but I'm
It does sound
kind
ridiculous.
of. I think it was worth the watch the one time. So
That kind of gives me the vibes of what was that movie that we what?
What could you possibly be referring to that's anything like that?
It's not really like, it's just that silliness of Gentlemen Broncos. You know, like it's
kind of, yeah. I would say that it was less like awkward humor and more like just like, what the fuck is happening? more like I can't believe someone thought and wrote this down and then it got produced and people agreed to be in it, sort of thing. But
what would you give it out of 4 stars with no half stars?
It's like I'd probably give it like a 2.
Okay. See, isn't that telling?
Yeah, I'd probably give it 2.
Shit.
But then I will only say 2 more movies that we watched. We watched Thunderbolts and Captain America: Brave New World.
Oh wow.
But then we talked about Eternals. You don't ever have to watch Eternals.
You talked about Eternals?
You don't have to watch it.
We
watched
watch
clips
it,
from it.
actually.
It's horrible. It's horrendous.
I didn't think it was horrible.
It's horrible.
No,
It looks bad
horrible.
and it's so
It
boring.
looks kind of nice.
And then
It looks kind of nice.
And
You're
then
not
you watch-
selling me with your tone.
and then you watch Thunderbolts, and Thunderbolts looks nice and is good.
Yeah, that is true.
And then Captain America: Brave New World, it looks horrible
Yeah.
and it's boring.
Oh.
Yes.
So I would say that it's probably better than Eternals because I just couldn't even really watch it. Like it was just it was boring
Was
as hell. So I
Eternals?
just watched clips of it. Yeah, it was boring as hell. But
It's a little dramatic.
That's
I
Captain
one,
think.
America-
It's a
that's
little
one that we
dramatic.
watched in the theaters.
We watched yeah. That was before we didn't watch every single Marvel movie in the theaters. Yeah. I thought it was fine. Didn't think it was so horrible.
I mean, it was very forgettable. I don't really remember
It's pretty
anything about it.
forgettable.
that's what like that's
I
my
thought it
I think
looked
that's
nice.
a bigger sin than it being bad. I think is that it's boring. But Captain America: Brave New World looked horrible. It looked like a TV show for like a huge budget movie. And it
a
would
huge budget
one of the
movie.
biggest budgets of all time. Huge. And it would randomly go in and out of like full screen and black barred aspect rate, like
Where were
widescreen
you
and full
watching it?
screen. Huh?
Where were you watching it?
Watched it at my house.
That's interesting.
On Disney. Like on the Disney app.
Yeah,
So
and
like
you didn't,
we weren't like like pirating it or something.
But you didn't like select a different version. You just whatever is default you
Yeah.
did. Okay.
And like
Could
there
be
was
a fault
some...
of Disney Plus because they give you options of different versions.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if it just defaults to like the IMAX version or whatever, which probably would give you different aspect ratios when they filmed it like with IMAX cameras or whatever.
So do you think that like that version like switched between
I don't think in theaters it switched between
aspect ratios? It was like Imagine Sinners, like how they did it very tastefully and it
Yeah.
was very cool when they did it. This movie like did it aggressively bad all the time. So it could okay, now that I know this, it could be just the version that I watched.
But that's how Disney chose to present it.
yeah, that's how they
Like,
chose.
that's the
like that's just
default.
by default. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like how they wanted you to watch it. But yeah, there was just some like horrible CGI.
Yep.
Horrible like some of the stuff that he was doing when he was fighting, it looked like a low budget TV show. And then the aspect ratio was like the biggest part because we'd be watching it and then all of a sudden we go, it's full. What? When did it become full screen? And then all of a sudden it would just be like, oh, it's back to widescreen.
Hey, you
And
didn't
then,
even
like,
notice
it was
when
just-
it happened. They
we
kind
didn't
of got
notice
your
when
ass.
But but that's the thing is like, why would it like it just was randomly jarring when all of a sudden you just be like, oh wow, and then you kind of could look down a little bit and you go, oh, I see all this. The whole screen's full now, and then you'd kind of just be like, it just felt like I was narrowing my eyes. Then I went, oh no, wait, no, there's black bars. It just looked horrible. They had Giancarlo Esposito in there, and he had weird blue eye contacts for whatever fucking
What, did he?
reason. Yeah,
Ew.
he had like baby blue eyes in that movie.
That's another one that I feel like is so forgettable. I don't remember the plot of that movie at
It was
all.
so boring. The whole thing about Eternals that's important is that it introduces adamantine.
I think you said
Wolverine
it right
claw
the
metal.
second time.
Mm-hmm. You did say it
Adamantium.
right the second time.
And then Brave New World, they're fighting over. Like Japan and America almost go to war over it.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
like the
remember
whole
that
point of those movies.
at all, and I have definitely seen it.
There's no other like the American president became Red Hulk.
Okay, that's right.
That's it. There's like
Who played by Harrison Ford.
Played by Harrison Ford.
Yeah, silly.
It was just so boring
you know,
and so
they can't all be
looked
hits.
so horrible. It looked horrible. If like so 28 years later, whenever I was told that it was filmed on an iPhone, I went, "Really? Huh. Well, good. That looks pretty good for an iPhone." And then if someone like in Brave New World, if someone would have told me that it was on an iPhone, I'd be like, yeah. I thought it looked like it was shot on an iPhone. I was like, this was shot on like a Nokia. Like, this looks horrible.
That seems like an indictment of
It looked like Black Ops 2 graphics. Like that scene when they're on the helicarrier. It looked like when they were having to go on the USS. You've never played the Black Ops 2 campaign?
Yeah, no need.
What the hell have you been doing with your life? How much of that game have you played? You just never took a second to appreciate the campaign?
Hundreds of hours.
Thousands.
Thousands of hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is he wearing those blue I had to Google it. Why is he wearing those blue
I don't know. It looked so bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna defend Brave
And
New
it like the
World.
thing is, it had one of my favorite things in there, which are cherry blossom trees, and
That is a really ugly scene.
it's a really ugly scene.
It's
It
CGI
has some
smoke,
tension.
man.
It has
CGI
some
smoke.
tension, but it's
it has
Snoke?
tension. No, it doesn't.
I think
It
that,
doesn't
like,
have any tension because it's so stupid. I mean, he's a man. He's just a man with wings.
yeah.
Versus the fucking Hulk.
Well, that's what it kind of felt like, a scary movie almost. It was like he's just gonna get his ring. He's just gonna get murdered in
but
2
he
seconds.
he just keeps fighting him, and it's like, oh, so I guess he can just do this. He can just fight a Hulk.
yeah, and then
He's not powerful enough to be fighting the fucking Hulk. It's ridiculous. It's stupid.
I mean, his vibranium wings were like the best thing because those absorb kinetic energy, and you can like send them out. So like it helps some of the brunt, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
CGI smoke is really ugly always.
Yeah, I agree.
True. It never looks
Smoke
good.
is hard to paint, even
That
in
makes sense.
technical terms.
You know when smoke looks acceptable because it's funny.
When he's wearing those gold robes and he's on his throne in The Last Jedi.
Snoke.
Yeah. Yes.
Are those smell lines?
No. In Lost, the smoke monster.
Oh, okay.
Really bad 2004
That's the only
TV
time that
CGI.
it's acceptable.
Just
You
make
should
just use real smoke, man.
Or it
It's
feels like some of these
hard.
things don't even need smoke.
Yeah,
If
or
you
they
have an
don't-
Bro,
asthmatic
just-
on the cast, you can't do that.
Yeah, CGI smoke makes everything.
We were.
ugly.
That's one thing that we're sitting here. We watched the Odyssey, and even like Spider-Man: Brand New World. We're going back to Hot D,
Spider-Man
House of the
what?
Dragon.
That
This
isn't what
will
we call
there will
it.
be what we follow. This will follow a trail. It looks so horrible. Like there are so many scenes where like
He's a
the use
hater.
of CGI and everything is so horrible in that show in season 3. I don't know. I had to go back and rewatch like the previous ones, but there are just some scenes where we were watching the most recent episode last week, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, that you can tell that's a fucking wall back there, and it's supposed to be like a forest in the back. And I'm like,
Yikes.
that you can tell it's you can just like
and it's
see.
like a single line of
You
the
can
exact
see
same tree.
where like it just is a wall. You can like, this is on a sound stage.
Yeah.
How'd
Like,
they mess
and the
that up so
lighting
bad?
looks like not real sun. It's and everything, like the background has to be blurry for a lot of shots because they're like, we don't want you to see how ugly this shit is.
The emphasis is working in the wrong way.
Yeah, it's just,
Funny.
and so that's what and then you watch something like the Odyssey, or you watch something like Brand New Day, and you're kind of like, oh wow, this looks very nice. This feels very fresh. This doesn't hurt my head to look at. There's not that weird uncanny valley of like, is that like I'm sitting there watching House of the Dragon. I'm going like, is that tree blowing in the wind? The wind is blowing right now. Is that tree actually moving? I'm like fucking looking at
I
it.
don't notice stuff like that, but
It just, that shit bothers the fuck out of me. Just go outside. Just fucking
There's
go
lots-
outside.
There's lots of outside.
I think you might need to go outside.
Ooh.
You're looking at the trees to see if the trees are moving in the wind?
Because it bothers me that they look fake as shit.
it's a show about dragons.
But it looks like
It look-
looks
it-
kind of shitty in the back. It looks
I know.
shitty.
Yeah, I don't. I still don't feel like I can comment on it because I swear we're like not getting the full like bit rate or something. Like it looks bad
I think
when we
even
watch
if we
it.
had the full bit rate, it would still look bad. Personally, we haven't
Yeah, I
watched
don't-
it in
I
a
don't
minute.
We
know.
should
though.
just
I
get
don't
it
know
on
if we-
DVD and we'll prove. Get it on Blu-ray, see if it looks
True,
bad in the
yeah.
background.
True.
I bet you it will.
Yeah, it doesn't look right.
If you want to bet
Mm-mm.
outside of your app, I'll
Doesn't-
bet you $100 right now it's going to look
I
like
can't.
dog
$10 a month, bro.
shit.
Why are
Too
you looking at
afraid.
me? I'm not gonna.
I'm not saying that. I'm just
Can you
looking at you
spot
to
me?
like.
No.
I'm not looking at you to give him money.
I'm, not
I'm
gonna
looking at you
encourage
like,
either of you to gamble.
What movie are you talking about right now?
nothing. All of them.
What'd you rate it?
Which one? Brand new.
It's your fucking discussion, man.
Captain America. Brave New World is like a fucking like 6 out of 10. And then what was the other one? Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was like an 8 out of 10. Thunderbolts is really good. 8.5. Thunderbolts is really good.
Yeah.
It's the new Avengers. Oh, Bubba Ho-Tep. I think I gave that a 6 out of 10. I think you know
But
what? Brave
2 out
New
of 4
World.
stars.
Brave New
which is
World's
very
a-
telling.
Brave New Worlds is a 4 out of 10.
Damn.
Okay.
What about out of 4? With no half stars.
1 out of 10. Or 1 out of 4.
See, that's telling, man. That's telling.
It was bad. It was really bad.
Okay.
End of movies. Any more movies to talk about?
No, I don't have any other movies to say. Is that really all we watched? Shit, man. TV shows. You have Rachel has 2 TV shows,
She was just showing the peace sign.
or she wants me to steal second. I don't know.
I have 2.
I watched her grab her the brim of her hat and then
Rubber nose. Yeah, and brush off her shoulder.
And then I touched my beard because I only had male softball coaches. Anyway, I watched 2 shows, and one is about scams and one is about death. Which one do we want to hear about first?
Let's start with death, and then we'll make it funny with scams.
Okay, I watched Dying for Sex on Hulu.
Never mind. This is gonna be funny.
Why'd you point at me?
I meant that to all of us. Didn't mean just for one of you. I watched Dying for Sex, and it is maybe one of my favorite shows I've ever watched.
Wow.
I will watch it
Holy
again.
cow!
It is sad. Like, it's about dying of cancer. Disclaimer. But the premise of the show is that this woman already had breast cancer, is in remission, trying to rebuild her life, and literally in the middle of trying to rebuild her marriage from being like a caregiver patient kind of relationship, there's a remission and it's terminal cancer. And so she just has to like decide what she's going to do with her marriage, decide what she's going to do with all of the like weird tenuous relationships in her family, what she's going to do with like the last few months of her life that she has. And it's Michelle Williams and Jenny Slate as like 2 best friends, and it is one of my favorite plot lines that centers friendship as the main storyline that I have ever watched. It goes through how her marriage changes, and it goes through like what other kind of relationship stuff is going on throughout their lives with their families, but the heart of the show is about them as friends, and it is very heartwarming. It's also very pragmatic about death, and I appreciate that.
Is this the show where they talk about what happens when you die?
Paula Pell as
Yeah.
the hospice worker?
Yes, yes.
That's what I
That's
said
the
to
scene that
Rachel when
everybody
she was
knows
telling
of.
me
Yeah.
about it. I was like, "Is that the
Because
scene?"
that
really,
scene
like,
is so...
The really optimistic hospice worker.
yeah.
Well, that, like, if you've never navigated hospice before, like, that seems really out of character. But you need optimistic hospice workers.
Yeah.
Like, it
For
is
sure.
literally the only way they can do their
Right.
jobs.
Definitely.
And it shows, like, someone dying of cancer, not, like, really dying of cancer, but it shows it in a very realistic way. In a way that I appreciated a lot. Like, it doesn't sugarcoat it. It is very practical about what hospice is and what end of life care should be and what kind of goals you should have, but also like the kind of complexities that go in with like being a young person dying of cancer. And I loved it. I thought it was very cathartic. I have been impacted by breast cancer myself, and I will probably put it on at least every other month when I need to cry, because it was
How
so
many
cathartic.
times do you think you cried during this show?
Oh, like at least every episode. I cry a lot, and like that's not unusual for me, but it is sad. Like, I will be the first to admit that it is very sad. And if you have newly lost someone from breast cancer, I don't recommend it, but give it some time.
Maybe
I
if
liked
I
it a
can
lot.
get a sabbatical from work, I'll pick this one up.
Yeah, you need a few days. I was like puffy enough after the season finale that I like needed to ice my eyes.
Oh God.
But I'd be crying, so it's okay. But it was really, really good. I think it's like gonna help process some stuff on my end. But yeah, it's like weirdly funny, weirdly romantic. The friendship, like the female friendship at the heart of it, is heartwarming as fuck, and it is definitely my favorite thing I've ever seen Jenny Slate in. I love her as Mona Lisa Saperstein, and that's funny in Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
always going to
Don't
be funny.
Suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. But it is a very heartfelt, deep, optimistic in a way, as optimistic as you can be watching your best friend die of cancer, you know. But I liked it a lot. I will watch it again. I will probably recommend it to other people who probably should watch it too.
Why is it titled as it is?
The premise of the show this is a little bit of a spoiler, but the premise of the show is she is in a bad marriage, gets diagnosed with fatal cancer, and has never had an orgasm with another person in her life, including her husband of like a decade.
Yikes.
And she's staring down the barrel of death, and she's like, dear God, I gotta have an orgasm. And there's like also like spoiler, like content warning, there is themes of childhood sexual abuse, and she works through that as well. And she ends up having an orgasm in the end, and it's really nice. But yeah, like that's the whole premise, is like her goal in her end of life,
Gotcha.
among other things, is to have an orgasm with another person.
Gotcha. That's fun.
And that's
With
why
her
it's called
husband or
9%.
just whoever?
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
I feel like I've
You'll
spoiled
find
enough.
out.
We'll find out.
Well, I
cry.
love hearing that there has been more media created surrounding, these topics, specifically dying, and like, looking at it from other perspectives, or even just to educate people about the hospice process.
Jesus
because
Christ.
unless you happen to,
Unless you've experienced
Yeah.
it, you have an idea of what it is, and then there's the practicality of it. And this movie or this show shows how people react to it initially, not knowing what to expect, and then what it actually is. And I think that's also really helpful, because a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about giving up and going on hospice, but it's really about when there's no other options and you just want to have good time left. And this show is indicative of that. I liked it a lot. I have a lot of opinions about death and dying and stuff like that, and I think this solidified a lot of those opinions as well.
love that.
10 out of 10?
It was a 10 out of 10. I will watch it again. It's heavy, though. Content warning.
Add it to my list when I retire.
When you retire is crazy. It's not a vacation watch. I don't recommend you do that.
Scams.
I watched Scam Goddess,
Ooh.
the show on Hulu. It is it originated as a podcast also with the same name. And I listen to Scam Goddess regularly. There's a theme song. I will not sing it, but
Go ahead.
the host, Lacey Mosley, does sing it, and it's great. But the show or the podcast is really just her with like different guests, and she asks like what their relationship to scamming is, whether they've been scammed or are scammers. And I think that's like a funny angle, because it kind of shifts the paradigm about how you consider scamming, and go through like both legitimate scams and like things that are like scam adjacent but still legitimate things like MLMs. And I think that's a conversation to have. But the show is just her going on like a greatest hits tour, basically, and going to the locations where scams have happened and like interviewing the people who are impacted and going over like, okay, so this town got scammed. How did that happen? And it's like really funny.
Scammed.
And that's the
Like
first
normal.
episode.
I was just about to say like normal.
The first episode is in Ronnie Reagan's hometown, and I think that's hilarious. Because the town that it's in totes We're Ronnie Reagan's hometown left and right, and if you look up his hometown, it does not list that, and I think that's fucking
Really?
hilarious. It
Wow.
is- that's the first thing you start off with, because I am a nerd. I look up shit, and if you look it up, it does not say that town. And they have posters, and they have like a buff Reagan on a horse statue, because they're so proud of being his hometown, and they're like at least 30 minutes away from where he was actually born. And I think that's so funny.
Is that the scam that they were like?
That's not the scam.
Oh.
That's not the scam. The scam is crazy. And I just think that's ironic. But
Separate
it's
scam.
it's totally a separate scam. And they go through like somebody embezzling money from a small local government, or somebody mismanaging professional athletes' monies and taking all of their money. Everything from those situations to random ass individuals doing like I'm a Nigerian prince kind of scam.
Yeah.
And it's all really interesting and really funny.
I love that.
Are you telling me that
because-
man didn't have gold for me? Like whenever I sent him my
Maybe
social
he
security
did,
number?
but you're not gonna get anything from it other than probably a lower credit score.
I got
It's-
scammed in Times Square.
What?
They had a sign that said like $5 for a soda and a hot dog, and then I ordered a soda and a hot dog. He was like, "All right, $15," and I'm like,
Then
"Okay,
you just
here's
did it.
$15. Here's $15."
I don't think
I
he got.
guess.
I mean, I guess that's a. See, that's like an interest. That the show asks questions like, "Is that a scam?
That is a scam.
Is it a scam?" Well, you could have also spoken up
Well,
for
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
You didn't have to just take it.
That's true.
That's
Um,
victim blaming. blame.
Well, is it a scam if you knowingly participate in it? Like,
You're blaming me as a victim.
It's false advertisement that
I will agree with that. I'm sure the Better Business Bureau would agree.
The BBB gave him a C rating.
The
for
Scam Goddess TV show on Hulu is a cool, like it's giving Lacey Mosley like a bigger platform, and I think that's cool. She's like getting a real budget and has a production team following her around. I think the podcast is probably just her. Maybe a podcast team if I had to guess, but like it's a pretty well produced podcast. She has really interesting guests.
We have a 14-person production team for our podcast. So it's probably something like that.
I mean, we have
Something
people
like
just
that.
bringing us Diet Cokes while we're sitting here.
Right.
And then we have another person to give that Diet Coke to.
Yeah, and then like
take it away.
Someone who just throws it in the recycling bin right underneath the table.
Yeah. But I liked it.
Did you rate it?
That sounds fun.
The podcast and the show are both like 9.5, 10 out of 10. I'd say the show is a 10 out of 10 just because it's cooler, and I hope they make more seasons of it.
Epic.
Yeah.
Sai, did you watch any TV shows?
Not to completion, no.
To completion was unnecessary.
Not to climax, no.
Okay, it got worse, sir.
You made it worse, sir. I would have left it at completion.
Oh, God.
Did you, Joey?
Ugh! Yuck!
Censor that.
And if you did, we don't want to hear about it.
Don't tell us! Don't tell us!
Keep that to yourself.
So, hold on a second.
There was a... What?
This is that was my bad guy. I forgot this was the kids one.
We'll be right back with books after a quick break. Welcome back.
Welcome back to What We Beat Last Week. We are now moving on to books.
Nikki's book corner.
Any other bookists?
I am in the middle of a book right now. I'm so sorry.
Josiah,
What is that?
That's Nikki's theme. I do a new one every time.
Josiah, why aren't you reading anything?
Holy cow. Called out.
He's avoiding eye contact.
Jesus Christ.
Because he plays all those games.
I don't. I waste a lot of time. I get stuck in those little doom scrolling.
Yeah.
I get I'll also just listen to like comfort YouTube videos
Okay.
while I'm doing things.
Mm-hmm.
I will also I'll listen to like probably just YouTube podcasts, like backlogged podcasts.
Real.
Like I'll find one and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go listen to all the backlogs of it. So
Fair.
that's why I don't do a lot of reading.
Beat any good podcasts recently?
Been listening to a lot of Smosh reads Reddit stories.
Oh, I love Smosh.
So they read for me.
They read for me.
Nope.
They...
Mm.
I only...
Anyways,
So
Josiah,
tell me, I only have negative things to say, so go ahead and
Well, I'm just
tell
gonna-
us about your books.
directly challenge Josiah on air, on the pod. Start a book. Just start one.
Okay.
An audiobook, perhaps. Most of the books I read are via
That's probably
audiobook.
the best bet to do.
Yeah.
'Cause that would be the one.
I think you could finish like a reasonable audiobook just on your commute.
Absolutely.
Show.
that's fair.
That's where I knock out a lot of my
And then
audiobooks.
you have so many podcasts to catch up on afterwards.
Or
It's like a
listen
reward.
to less other people reading Reddit.
Yeah,
out
I
loud.
like Smosh reads. I think those are fun. But it shouldn't be...
No shame for any of the other media you're consuming, but I do challenge you.
Am I a hater
think
if I
this-
say there is shame for Reddit?
So let me.
reads?
I want to open it up. What's with the issue there?
I don't know. Just listening to other people read, what are they reading on Reddit?
Reddit.
So like they'll pick like some "Am I the Asshole" stories,
I don't want to scroll Reddit.
advice stories, and then so it's like I mostly want it for the story, but also I like hearing how like everyone's thoughts on it, but I also like having my own thoughts on it because one thing that me and Rachel will do is we listen to them together a lot, or like we'll listen to them separately and then talk about them later. So then we'll be like, okay, you heard this specific situation. So it's almost like you heard about someone's like, or like celebrity gossip almost. Like, what do you think about the new Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively stuff? And you're like, oh, let me tell you about it. It's kind of like that.
Most of it is like interpersonal conflicts.
What would you do in these situations?
Wedding planning conflicts,
does this,
family conflicts, relationship conflicts.
It just all feels like fake rage bait to me.
That is something that he brought up when we first started listening to
I will
them.
say that about a lot of them. That my initial thing about it was that I don't believe almost any of it's real, but I find it's good thought process or good like what would I do in the situation, or what do I think is the correct thing for this person to do in this situation? Would I allow myself to be put in this situation? Would I allow the situation to continue were I the one who is facilitating this thing to happen? Like I think there's a lot of like thought and hypotheticals, and like I don't know. It almost feels like watching a TV show. You're like, here's a situation presented in front of me. It's like what people watching Jerry Springer or Maury. Like
fiction is made up. What's the difference?
Because that's almost all that stuff was fake too.
We're all just
we kind of found out
about
a lot of that was fake
stuff.
too.
Part of my issue now is I think they're all made by AI. Unfortunately,
Oof, also real. I hope that's.
I think that like I think they also do a good job of scrubbing through and making sure, because like there'll be a lot of things that they will say like they're like, I don't know if this is real or not, but to a certain extent, like I think we kind of know what is AI and what isn't. At least like I feel like it's not low quality enough to be undiscernible between what is and what isn't AI. I feel like AI still has its own place where you go, okay, this still sounds like not great. Like it's like I don't know if I'm really ever confused by AI. I don't like, it's never like, oh, halfway through you were listening to an AI story and I go, yeah, I know. Like I the weird prompts, the way they lay things out.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to reflect and think about why I have so little respect for reading. I don't know why.
I see the value in it just as a person interested in human interaction. You know, there's some sauce to that, and that's...
like little moral plays and things like that.
And like even if it is AI, and like I feel less confident that they're perfect about it. I'm sure there are inevitably some things that are made up or totally AI generated. Even if that's true, I still think it's an interesting discussion that can be had. Even if it's like, that person is clearly fake, how do we know they're clearly fake? Because like real people do insane things all the time. And like,
so are you having these discussions with each other? Are you you're actively thinking about like what you would do in these situations?
Yeah, 100%.
And
we like pause it.
We will be like, it'll take us like a car ride there and back to get through one story because we keep pausing it and like having things.
Do you ever disagree?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you know Rachel and Josiah?
I was gonna say.
In my mind, all of these stories are like horseshit rage bait. Like I said,
some
of them are.
Like obviously, this person is in the wrong. Like, what would you do in this situation? That person's in the wrong.
And sometimes the stories sound like that, and then you see the Reddit comments and who is actually considered the asshole. And Reddit also has an insane reaction, even if.
Yeah, Reddit has a very. Insane, I mean, you are someone who goes on Reddit a lot. You know, like people's Reddit responses to things, like how crazy those can get, or like how specific they are, like how they like dissect your whole life in one comment. Yeah. But I don't know. I think that they also will comb through things that are like 10 years old. They'll be like, this is a video, or this is a post from 2016. So even if it, like, okay, then we'll go, okay, but is it still fictional? Like, did someone just make this up? But it's not always just like rage bait. Like sometimes there's rage bait stuff where they're like this, the theme of today is anger. And so it'll be like, okay, this is someone's angry rant about women or something. And you're like, okay. And then there's other times where they're like, am I the asshole for being angry in this situation about this? This is how I reacted to this. And so you hear some story, and there oftentimes I find that I don't know, it's not necessarily clean cut where you're like, oh, this is what this is. It's like sometimes there's levels to it, but also it's a good mix of both. You get people who are clearly asshole, people who are clearly not. Then you get these little updates that are pretty cool. So that they're like update, and then you get to hear about the follow up to the story, and it's like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
I think you guys should listen to
one or
listen
two.
To one
or two.
I've listened to. I can't remember what her name is. She's like a comedian, whatever, influencer person, and has done the "Am I the Asshole?" ones before that I used to watch a while ago, and I enjoyed it. I found it entertaining, so I see the value in it.
I
understand.
I would say it's entertaining at minimum.
I don't know why I'm like offended. I feel like I'm being like fucking tricked. Like they're trying to trick me.
Why are you so
They're trying to
defensive? Even
trick
if you
me.
are being tricked, why are you so defensive about it?
I don't know. I
And
don't
like,
know.
what constitutes a trick? I don't understand.
But I think that's also like they will say like, especially even like the host Shane will say like, because there's other people who say like, I don't know if this is real or not, and he'll go like, he's like, I assume almost all of these are, if not like being hammed up, entirely fake. So it's like he's like, so it's the discussion that we're having with our friends about these quandaries and what we should do in these situations.
Because if you're worried about being tricked, are you not worried about fiction? Are you not worried about CGI?
No, because fiction is like, I don't know. It's more like here's a story, not like on Reddit. It's not. That's not the premise of these subreddits. These subreddits are, am I overreacting? This situation happened to me. And then somebody goes on and they invent something that will get the most engagement.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that
Perhaps.
floods the I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have in real life seen such absolutely insane things
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
people that a lot of those stories, maybe the person writing it didn't actually happen to them, but it could happen to somebody.
And I think you're maybe the only actual Reddit user here.
Yeah,
and like
that's
that might
fair.
be the difference. You
That's
actually
true,
scroll
that's
Reddit.
true.
This is like moderated by like a few different layers of human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Human
So it
input.
could
So,
still
like,
yeah.
I don't doubt that like the algorithm playing of the nature of Reddit is a real thing, but this is not just scrolling through Reddit. This
Sure.
is like people searching specific subreddits, choosing the best ones, using their own intuition, whether or not it's fake or AI or whatever. Like, I think there's enough human like processes involved in the making of the podcast that it's less offensive. But I can understand why you have your concerns. It's fun though. It's interesting. It's thought provoking.
I'm sorry to yuck your yum.
No,
You're
it's
allowed
okay.
to.
You can,
I
you feel free to
yuck your
yuck.
yum all the time. It's okay.
Feel free, feel free.
That's the whole point of
Yeah.
having these conversations.
And that's
I think
why,
it's important.
and like the difference of opinion really does
Mhm.
highlight important stuff. Like I think we figured out a lot about each other relationship wise having this conversation.
I love that.
I think there's some things that we've agreed on that you're like, okay, if we didn't agree on this,
That'd be
this
a
could have been a
problem.
problem. But then there's
Yeah.
other things where we've like had, not necessarily like we were completely 100% off of each other, but there's moments where we're like, are you sure that that's the way that we should be looking at this? Like maybe we should be looking at it from this angle. It's like, well, I don't know. I kind of see it from this perspective.
We
And
get lawyery.
so yeah,
occasionally.
I think we get more like debating something as
Okay.
opposed to being like, well, I think you're fucking wrong about this. It's just more of like the different thought process, and somewhat like sometimes like, oh, you know, I didn't even think about it like that. No, that changes it. No, that guy is an asshole. You're right.
And it's so fun whenever we have it paused and we make a really good argument and then we unpause it and they make the exact same argument in
Yeah.
the podcast. We're like,
And
yeah!
we're like, fucking
So,
yeah.
like,
satisfying.
It's a fun like we listen to it probably in like a really nonlinear way compared to
Mhm.
most people, but it's a really fun thing we do on like long drives.
Okay. Last thing I want to say about it. I think also the concept of listening to somebody else read something from a social media site.
It is.
It is. It's sloppy
It's
and
insane.
low,
It is-
and
it's
the
low slop.
creativity is low.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Like I don't like horrible just chatting streamers like on Twitch who who are like scrolling Twitter.
Yeah. That's fair. That's a nightmare.
Yeah,
That's a fair critique
Because you're
of it.
getting someone's picking a Reddit. Someone wrote something on Reddit, and they're also reading the comments from that, and then we're
Yeah.
discussing that person who
The
wrote it, but
reaction.
also those commenters,
Yeah.
and then we're getting the updates, and then the comments on those,
Yeah.
and then we're commenting on it. And you could even go to the YouTube comments of that video
You really
and
could.
look at those people
So now you're
commenting
like,
on
It's an
it.
endless loop.
Fifth-hand opinion.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, now
Sorry.
with that
Sorry,
all
Nikki.
being said,
Josiah will
we're
make
shaming me about books, which is
No.
which is fair. I had a high school reading level when I was in fucking 3rd grade.
Flex.
Still do.
I didn't read a
college. You
single
definitely have a
fucking
college
book
reading
in
level.
college.
You have a degree.
I got a degree.
There just was recently an article written about how low literacy rates are, and also just people aren't reading
Correct.
for lots of reasons. Although book purchasing is up, so whatever that.
People
means.
like their shelves.
I have a thought about this, and I've had thoughts about buying books since freshman year of political science school because there are some analytics that like intelligence is really hard to measure in, and at least one huge study that I was like looking around data for in college, they measured intelligence by the number of books you own, which is not a good proxy for intelligence at all.
No, it is not. However, there are people that literally have 0.
True, which is insane
Physical
to think
books.
about.
I do have several physical books, and I have read some of my
That's
physical books.
Why, and this is why, Josiah,
Okay.
that I am challenging you to just start. I'm not saying finish a
Yeah,
book.
yeah, yeah.
I'm saying start a book before
Okay.
before the next time we pod. Start a book.
Okay.
I will encourage this.
Nikki's Book Corner.
Nikki,
Yes, back to Nikki.
Okay.
Nikki, what'd you read?
Hold on to your buckle up. Hold on to your butts. I'm going to
Lightning speed.
get through all of these. Although there are lots of good ones, so I'll give them their moment.
Yeah, let's have some fun.
Starting off pretty strong, I think. Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. You probably have seen this cover.
I was gonna say the name sounds very
Yeah.
familiar.
You probably have. I don't know why. It's really memorable because he chose like a lime green, or whoever on his team chose like a lime green font. And
Oh,
it's a
yeah, I've
spooky-
seen
Yeah,
this.
let me see it.
See. Well, all of his books kind of have that
Oh, I've definitely
style.
seen that.
But yeah, you've seen it.
It's a good cover.
I listened to this book and it was real spooky. I don't know why I like listening to spooky audiobooks, because I will then like go for a walk late at night or whatever and then
So no, I feel that. Oh my gosh, I feel that so much.
be like
Somebody like knocks on
looking over my shoulder, like
knocks on a glass door, and I'm like, yeah.
my startle response is already really bad, and then I
Oh my god, same.
That fucking dog that jumps at the window.
Oh my
like,
God.
5 houses down.
one of our neighbors has a dog that can I can think their couch is under their window, and every time we walk in front of it, the dog like like right up against the window. Sorry, Trip.
We scared an
our dog.
actual dog.
But he like slams into it, scares the shit out of you.
It's hilarious.
That's like Loki, my dog.
Anyways, Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. The premise is interesting. It's this child is having a sleepover with his friend in their backyard in a tent. Wakes up the next day, friend is gone.
I've heard
Oh,
of this.
no.
Slash in the tent.
Gas from the camper over here. It's so real.
Dude, imagine if that happened to you when you were camping.
Oh my god.
The only time that I've ever had like a tent scare in my entire life was we were like 3rd or 4th grade.
You're playing
So
the
we were
green glass door.
We were a Cub Scout. We were playing the Green Glass Door, and then we were like, it's time to go to bed. And I just remember I was laying in my tent, and I kind of just get stirred awake by.
Oh my god! At a Boy Scout trip, I'm scared.
And I went, what the fuck? And I looked up, and it's mute his name. It's
Beep.
and he's crying, and I'm like,
Jesus.
what's wrong? And I look over, and he looks at me, and he has his bioluminescent coloring all over his hand. He's
From a glow stick,
broke
from a
a
glow stick.
glow stick in his and got it in his fucking eyes.
Oh my god!
And he's like, oh my
Out of the
god.
wilderness, just
Make your dad's
bio.
Oh my god.
Tell him to fill out the form.
Put him on speaker.
You're
Come
on
on
the pod,
speaker.
Dad.
Guest host. Hello?
Where you at?
I'm at home. You're on speaker. We're recording our podcast, and we're having some big laughs.
Doing a podcast?
Yeah.
Who is?
Me and Joey, and then our friends Josiah and Rachel.
Oh. What kind of podcast is it?
You don't listen to our podcast?
It's about the movies and books and TV shows and stuff that we've watched and read and
You guys
stuff.
do it often?
Like every other week or so, we try to get together.
Nice.
What's up?
Did you buy that trailer?
Oh no.
Needs other things. The shocks I couldn't get off. I cut them off with a sawzall.
Oh my god!
Sawzall.
Were they like rusted on there?
Well,
It's
yeah, I thought they were in
Shocks.
good shape. I started looking at them like, wait a minute, I got brand new shocks in the basement. I've been sitting down there for a couple years. So there's a nut that goes on top, and there's a stud, and I couldn't get the stud to stop turning. Every time I turned the nut, it would, and I tried everything. So finally, I got mad and got my Sawzall. I got what's called a demo blade for my Sawzall, and it'll literally cut through anything.
okay. Well, that sounds really scary.
I just sawed it off of there, and it popped off when the stud.
Isn't
it really dangerous
to cut the?
Well, actually, yeah, the whole control arm almost hit the floor. The whole
Jeez.
control arm.
Be
Oh my god.
It
Dad.
was violent. I was mad, and it became violent.
That's the artistic process.
Jeez.
Anyway, I'll let you go.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Okay.
You guys have fun.
We will. I'll
Bye,
talk to
bye.
you soon. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Riley Sager.
Okay, the camping.
Children in a
Yes.
tent,
Yes.
camping, horrifying. I have had a very similar, not me personally, with the
The glow
the
stick.
glow stick.
Crying and picturing that visually. That's like a hilarious visual.
I mean, you just like, I'm
like
looking
glow
at-
in the dark
and he
tears. I'm gonna have to do a painting about that.
you see nothing, and then he moves his hands from his eyes, and you just see bioluminescent
cinematic.
green in his
That's
hands
so
and his
funny.
eyes.
You
And I'm
have
like,
God.
went, oh,
I want you to
no.
write a movie just
I
so
went-
there can be a scene.
I had to go
of
get
that.
my dad. I was like, Dad, got a glow stick
Yeah,
in
it's
his
like, bro,
eye.
you need to
And
go
he's
tell
like,
an
what the fuck?
Jesus.
Mom had to come pick him up.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I
man,
can't
it was
remember if
bad.
my experience with that was at Girl Scout camp or
Oh
if
my
it was some camping experience, obviously. But yes, hilarious.
That's-
This is our middle of the summer warning. Don't let your children go to sleep holding a glow stick. Anyways,
So
So-
specific.
this mystery happens, right? So this kid wakes up and he's like, "Where's my friend?" And there's a cut in the tent from the outside, and and this is like in a cul-de-sac in a very quiet like suburb. Nothing ever happens around here, okay? So
They always say when things happen.
so then there's a time jump, and then this guy is like in his 40s now, and he is moving back to his childhood home because his parents are moving to Florida to retire. So then weird stuff starts happening when he moves back to his childhood home. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good spooky book. If you're looking to pile up some spooky books for the fall,
For Spooktober.
for October. We're currently in October. I do understand the Riley Sager hype now. He's one of the like more prolific
Mhm.
of this genre. And people talk about him a lot. I gave this 3 out of 5
Oh,
stars.
Okay.
I
It
feel
was
like you
good.
talked about it more positively than 3 out of 5.
Just like it wasn't like it didn't give me nightmares or anything.
So it could have been scarier.
And I felt like the end was a little bit rushed. It felt a little
Okay.
rushed at the end, but I liked the build up. I felt transported to like I've been in a tent with another kid before, and I felt like I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a scary premise.
Yes, it is spooky. Give me the spookies. Then I read Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. This is the one last time where I was like, Rachel,
Have it on my list.
vampire girlies out there,
Hell yeah.
focus up.
Listen.
Listen here. This is fucking awesome. Okay, this has been on several lists of like vampire books for guys,
Oh yeah.
Really? Okay.
which is interesting.
So,
So,
guys.
vampire guys, focus up.
Vampire gals and guys.
And theys.
And
Everybody-
theys, thems.
There is.
I think everyone
non-binary.
would
Oh, for
appreciate this. It's a series. I think it's a trilogy. I haven't read any of the other ones yet. This is awesome. I literally said that. I said vampire girls, guys, gays, and theys
Hell yeah.
unite.
Hell yeah.
The characters were really good. It has some very well written like grief themes as well. The fight scenes are awesome. It's very violent. It's very gory. I'm so glad that it continues on so I can be in this universe again and enjoy it again. it's like, I don't know, he's not white, which is nice.
Refreshing for a vampire tale.
Yeah. And just the whole premise of like the way the vampires are in this universe is awesome. So highly recommend. 5 out of 5 stars.
Ooh, yes, that
Empire of
one's
the Vampire by J. Kristoff. I
already
did listen to the
on my list.
audiobook, and it was fun, I think, listening to the audiobook because of how vulgar he is. So
Oh wow.
That makes me want to read it even more.
yes. I hope everyone wants to read it now. Then I read We Used to Live Here by Marcus Klewer. No idea if I'm saying that right. Kliewer.
Insert.
We'll put it right here. Don't worry. I'll edit it in. No problem.
Thank you.
Just one more thing.
You'll be just fine.
Marcus Cleaver. Cleaver. Pronounced cleaver. Like the implement. Cleaver.
This was another thriller. It was interesting. It kind of reminded me of the Once and Future Me that I talked about before,
Yeah.
where it's hard to tell if the person is crazy or if things are actually happening. It was one of those. There was some really weird. There was a weird sound
Ghost.
in the house.
Ghost.
There were some weird, like, fantastical elements of this. This is one where the female main character has moved into a house that's really old and decrepit, and then she's there with her wife. I think they're married. It's also gay representation. They are struggling because it like needs a lot of work and stuff, and then out of the blue this family shows up that used to live there, quote unquote, don't really know.
That's so creepy.
Immediately gets weird. They like it's snowed, so they have a reason that they can't like travel on, because they knock on the door and they're like, hey, I used to live here, do you mind if I just peek around a little bit? I just would like to see the house I grew up in.
Inside is crazy.
That is crazy.
I understand the impulse, but I would never let anybody even walk in my house just for that reason.
It's just a very icky feeling of like, oh man, well, if somebody came to my door and they were like, do you mind if I just poke around a little bit? I used to live here. I grew up here or whatever,
Says the robber.
Yeah.
Well, I think,
it was a husband, wife, and their children. So it was like a whole family too. It wasn't like.
But the thing is, we have had our privacy
Yes.
molested
Yes.
That's
by so many
true.
people
You guys really have.
throughout our whole process, including the
Oh yeah.
person who did used to live here.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
true.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Hitting a little close to home, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. It was. Oh god. Lots of stuff going on in this one. I gave it a 3 out of 5. Again, like the ending felt kind of rushed and weird, and then it was also elements of like, well, that was random. I thought that in my head sometimes. So, but it was pretty good. Again, another like decent thriller for spooky months.
Okay. Out of 4 stars?
Out of 5,
Out of 4, how many would you give it?
2.
Okay. It's telling, for sure.
Then I read Lost Gods by Brom. Holy cow, people. If you haven't read a Brom book, highly recommend. They wrote Slewfoot.
I almost bought Slewfoot last night.
Slewfoot.
Do we know anything about
It's
Brom?
got a shoe foot in
Is
it.
it like a?
I
Is
don't.
it like intentionally
It's got a
vague?
shoe foot.
Because I like knowing stuff about the
It's got a
author
shoe
and
foot
like
in it.
not having a first name.
I
or
meant to look them
Brom.
up.
Is it the first name? Is it the last name? I don't know.
I meant
It's
to
like
look
Adele.
them up because Lost Gods is the second book that I read by them, because I
Okay.
read Slewfoot.
Did you like Slewfoot?
I really liked
Okay,
Slewfoot. I
almost
loved
listened to
Slewfoot. And then I'm currently listening to another Brom book.
Okay.
And I have loved every piece that I've consumed by them. That was
I couldn't.
Brom is a gentleman named Gerald Brom.
oh
Okay.
okay.
Magic's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be a man.
I'm curious.
Mm,
but-
Jerry.
Hmm.
I was gonna say Gerald is like the least mystical
He's
name
61
ever.
years old.
Oh, he's a
I'm an old man
boomer.
named Jerry.
Interesting. He's a boomer.
He was born
God.
in Albany, Georgia.
Interesting.
Okay.
Definitely changes my perspective on.
The author unfortunately does change the perspective on a lot of books.
I shouldn't have said anything.
No, it's okay.
asked.
I
It's
was.
okay.
I
wanted
meant to
know.
look them up.
What am I fucking even doing here?
The country
wanted
of
to know.
Georgia?
But this, so Lost Gods follows.
What'd you say? The country of Georgia.
No.
Anyways, Lost Gods follows a man and his newly wedded wife. I'm pretty sure they tie the knot real quick. Now I can't remember. It doesn't really matter. That's not that important. They go to his grandmother's house, and she is definitely a witch.
Ooh.
Definitely a witch. My favorite kind of old lady.
Immediately, you're like, oh, she's a witch, right?
Oh.
Right.
So you're mashing up a baby with a mortar and pestle?
No, not that.
She has a big
That's
black
not the
hat.
only way to be a witch. I need you to know that.
I've seen the Vivitch.
She has a cauldron that has
She doesn't
bubbling
have a
liquid
cauldron,
in it.
but she has a spooky.
She
Yeah,
probably has a garden,
She does have a garden,
and that makes her a witch.
very prolific looking garden with lots
The
of different
definition
things
of
in
a witch. I just need everybody in this room to know that the definition of a witch is just a woman who knows things about herbs. That's the entire
it.
definition.
True,
We
but
got a
there's lots
potion.
of other signs.
We got a potion from a witch.
Ooh.
Did we get a potion?
Yeah,
from a witch?
for our plants.
Oh, the
That's called
worm
fertilizer.
casting juice.
Oh.
No, from...
Oh, she didn't. She forgot it.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So there's still spider mites on my ivy.
Oh no.
That guy's dead. Anywho, so grandma's a witch, and then a bunch of stuff happens. I don't want to spoil it because I want you to read it. He
Yeah, I'm
ends
intrigued.
up traveling through purgatory.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
An
And-
errand grandma would send you on, occasionally.
Much like the catabasis or catabasis,
Mhm.
depending on where you're from in the world, I just like being in hell and the afterlife. I just find comfort in these worlds.
And I think the fictional, I feel like how hell is depicted in fiction tells a lot about reality.
Yes, it's 10 o'clock.
Oh.
It was fantastic. World building. Brahm does really good world building, really good fantastical stuff. And again, the book I'm listening to right now that's by Brahm further solidifies my viewpoint on that. I gave Lost Gods a 4.5 out of 5 stars. But I do recommend starting with Slewfoot if you're going to read a Brahm book. That one's really fun. Not fun. That's not a good word for it.
It was a hoot and a half.
No, certainly not. But it's awesome. Then I read
Ooh,
the
the cover's cool. I'm adding it to
of
mine.
Lost Gods. Yeah,
it is.
it's cool. The Bone Shard Emperor by Andrea Stewart, which is the second installment. What is the first book called?
Bone Shard Daughter.
Bone Shard Daughter. Thank you. This is a trilogy. It's really, really good. The lore, the mystery of what is happening. These islands are sinking. You're following who is now, she becomes the Emperor. Spoiler alert, but it's in the title. Lynn and her, lots of drama going on. But the magic system in these books is so cool. They take a shard of bone from people and then carve spells essentially into it and then put that into an animal, another human, maybe
bone
an
shards?
amalgamation of a bunch of animals put together. They did do tithing festivals to acquire many bone shards. Her father, the
scary.
former emperor, is what he did. All of the islands in his empire would have to contribute so many shards as tithes. And it was really problematic because after you have a shard taken, because they take it from behind your ear on your skull. These books are
I
a little,
can get a little squeamish.
they're a little icky. Then the person, once that shard was used for any magical purposes, that person would start to feel sick after a while,
and that's
and
an
then
indication
die.
of magic.
being used from their shard,
Wow.
from a piece of their skull.
And they die?
They do eventually die, yeah.
Well, I mean, everyone eventually dies.
Well, early. They die an early death from bone shard sickness.
BSS.
Wild.
Yes. But in this second book, we get a lot more of character development. She's kind of growing up and learning what it means to be emperor, and there's a bunch of shit going on. It follows multiple viewpoints, and in the first book, it was what is happening with this one character? And then in the second book, you really get a lot more of that fleshed out, and it's excellent. 4 out of 5 stars.
Shards.
Shards.
Shard.
4 out of 5 bone shards. Then I read Jackal by Aaron E. Adams. This is another thriller book. This one, in this small town, frequently, like
Where
almost
nothing ever happens.
No, things do happen, but it's happening to black children.
Oh.
And
Can't
so
take
That
a
one's a
joke
little
there.
too real for America.
Yeah.
this is a real one. Although the reason I didn't give it a full 4 stars is because there was like some weird magic stuff happening that just didn't like really, I don't know. I think they were trying to make it more interesting and I just didn't vibe with it all that much. But I did really, it did make me feel unsettled. There was lots of walking around in the wilderness at night, which is just spooky all on its own. But in this one, so the main character that you're following, when she's a kid, she's present when her friend goes missing. Nothing is ever done about it. It's never, it's a cold case. And then when she's an adult, she comes back to her hometown to attend one of her other friends' weddings. And while she's watching her friend's daughter, she steps away for a minute. Daughter goes missing.
Oh,
Same.
fuck.
Dude.
Same like situation where people just don't seem to care as much because they're black.
Yar.
So definitely lots to say in this book about like small town America. I think this is in like West Virginia or something too. It's in Appalachia. So it's like,
Why are there so many fucking books about Appalachia?
Because
Those
it's
the
haunted
mountain
as
folks are
fuck.
weird.
it's
As they
spooky.
say, those mountains have been around longer than literally everything else on Earth. That's the oldest ghosts we got.
Okay.
That's why.
All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you've ever stayed in Appalachia, it is spooky for real, even if you don't intend it to be.
I believe that. But there's lots of messaging about that for this main character, for her mother, for the few friends that she finds along the way that are also non-white people. So I do recommend it for that, and it's a short read, and it gave me the spookies sometimes. So
I do have a more serious justification for Appalachian
Okay.
horror as well. That is a region of the United States that has been disenfranchised over and over and
This is
over
true.
again, and that is a way to cope with a lot of injustices that are hard to explain in a practical way. So that's a more mundane explanation.
that's true. I do recommend Demon Copperhead.
Yes, that one I've heard is really good.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about
That's
that.
what made me.
Oh,
many.
yeah.
Appalachian.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was Jackal. Carl's Doomsday Scenario by Matt Dinneman. Joey talked about this last time.
That's book
2.
2?
Yep.
Is that the one you liked better?
No, 3 is the one I liked better.
Okay. JK.
And I agree, I think, after reading it. I think I probably liked it more than you did, but I definitely agree that there was less like meat, I guess.
Less meat on the bone.
Substance.
Yeah, but
And
it was
I didn't
still
dislike it because I still like that concept and
Yeah.
the adventure and everything. But it's pretty similar to the first one insofar as it's like the same type of deal. But so I didn't have much additional good things to say about it, which is why I mostly talked about the bad things.
Yeah. But this one, I thought the circus stuff was really creepy and gross.
Yes, that
so
is
if you don't like clowns
the
or
case.
whatever, don't
Unreal.
maybe partake. But what I liked the most about this book is that you got a little bit more into Carl's emotional backstory,
Mhm.
which I think is going to build more and more as things go on. And we get a little bit more of like the corrupt alien government that's
Yeah, which is kind of fun.
So I gave it 3.5 out of 5 because I think I gave the first one 4 out of 5.
Okay.
So I think that's fair, and I'm currently reading the third one, so we'll see what I think about that probably next time. Then I read Eternal Ruin by Tigist Gurma.
Nice.
That's such a memorable name.
I'll never forget Tigist Gurma, which is the second book in what I think is also a trilogy, also vampires. Also highly recommend to all of the vampire people out there. This one I think was even better than the first one, which I think is rare that a sequel is even better. But this is the one where the vampires, and then there's like house. The magic system is tied into the home.
Okay.
Encanto.
Yes.
Like Encanto.
I actually really like that part of Encanto. I thought it was
Yes.
clever.
Aw, just like Encanto, but spooky.
Yes.
Spooky,
Encanto's-
scary.
I was
Oh,
gonna
no,
say
never mind.
Encanto could get
We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't
Very
talk
green.
about
family trauma.
Kidan Aldana,
We don't talk about
Uh,
Tigis.
Tigaskurma.
I was getting it mixed up with Coco. Coco.
That one's just sad.
Coco.
Coco makes me
Coco's
sob.
So good, but so sad.
Remember me.
When I was in RA, that was like my second semester theme for everybody was Coco.
Aw.
Love
So, in the first book in this series, the main character is not very likable because she's a little bit crazy. She's a little bit out there, which I appreciated, not having like, oh, it's just, another your common tropes or whatever. But in the second book, I started to warm up to her more and actually like feel for her. And she does grow a lot, I think, in this second book. It does end on a really horrible cliffhanger, so I'm a little pissed off about that. But I will read the third one when it comes out in January.
How they get ya?
GTA 6 will be out, bro.
And that's mainly
Allegedly.
Avengers Doomsday will be out.
It's a projected publishing date, not
What the hell?
That's the tough thing about
When's the
about
winter will be
books.
out by then, man?
You think
Probably
so?
not. That's never coming out. 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Then I read When Darkness Hunts the Dawn, which was a wheel pick. This was another one of those indie ebooks that I have in my backlog. This one was actually really good.
Really?
Wow.
Finally.
What a
That is
change.
exciting. to hear.
Finally. Really, really good fantasy. Really good world building. Really great, really cool magic system. This involves dragons.
What was it called? I'm sorry.
It's called When Darkness Hunts the Dawn.
It's a cool name.
That is-
Very like dark magic happening. You're spending a lot of time underground with this really horrifying mage and his they like live forever. These mages live forever, but some of them keep their skin and some of them don't. So
What
some
happens
of
when they don't
them
keep their
like
skin?
ghouls.
Are they like necromancers?
Like ghouls.
no.
Fallout.
What's going on, smooth
Yeah,
skin?
exactly like ghouls from Fallout.
Really?
Because they're just skeletons.
Oh.
Skeletons.
There's just skeletons walking
I
around.
love skeletons.
Skeletons
as
are
a
so great.
Cadaver.
Cadaver.
If you enjoy skeletons, you would enjoy this book.
Man up.
It's not like a central part of it, but it is. It's
That's a wild
it's happening a lot.
visual to think about.
Yeah, like in tunnels underground as well. Really, really cool. I don't want to give too much, but like the world building, there's some elf stuff. There's some like hobbit-ish esque character species or whatever.
Halflings.
Halflings.
Little
Thank you.
halfling guys.
Yes.
I almost asked what the book was called again.
When Darkness Hunts the Dawn by M.H. Woodscourt.
M.H. Woods. Fuck off.
It might be a pen name. Like I said, it's an indie book, so
If you wrote a book, would you have a pen name? I've thought about this a lot.
probably not.
Oh
I don't know.
Really? I want an alter ego.
That's fair. I
You
gave
can have one.
I gave this a 4 out of 5. I will be looking into the sequel.
That's a good sign, I think.
Yes, and it was excellent. Really good writing, and I didn't find any like grammatical errors in there either.
That's
which
good,
I
that's
guess
good.
That makes
The
me want
bar
to
is
cry.
So low.
It's in hell.
it's in
It's
purgatory.
with the skeletons.
Then I read Broken Bonds by Jay Bree. I'm gonna be very brief on this because this was horrible. This was this was recommended to me.
I don't see very many stars filled in
We
over there.
I love getting a bad
Ooh.
Nikki book because you
Those
know
are
it's
great.
actually bad.
Well,
And I trust
and this
your
one,
recommendations.
so a family member recommended this to me, and
Oh,
they were
when
like,
those are bad, it's like
Yikes.
so hard.
They ask you to, they're like,
no.
what'd you think of that book? Great,
well,
right? And you're
luckily,
like,
the relationship I have with them, I felt like I could be
Oh,
open.
good.
Okay,
I
that's
was
good, that's
open
good,
and
that's good.
honest about it, not fully, because I didn't want to really hurt their feelings. But like,
Yeah.
phew, wow, they said it was their comfort book
Okay,
that
that doesn't
they-
necessarily mean it's great.
that they reread over and over again.
That
and,
means-
and yes, and again, this is another case
It
I
is
think where
predictable.
number 1, this was not written for me. Number 2, there is clear like abuse
Oh,
Ooh,
sexual
yuck.
assault,
awesome.
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. That for some reason people like
I just can't like.
reading.
There's just so much like in books or shows or movies. I just can't at a certain point. I go like, God, just fucking put it away.
It just
Yeah.
seems like a very lazy writing device. You
Well, it's
can't
like we
want
to see how
There's not,
horrible
like-
the
there's
shit
not any
someone's
other
going
way.
through. You want to see the shit that someone puts someone else through.
You
Let's
can
let
allude
them
to
rape
stuff
them,
like
and you're
that.
like,
You can
God.
tell a story in a different way. There's no necessity.
Yeah, I don't need
unless
to
you're just like
see
not
it
that good of a writer.
unfold.
I understand, and my family member gave me a warning that the main character of this book gets bullied to shit.
Fuck.
I was expecting that, but
Bullied and abused
this
are
is the trope or whatever they call this, a reverse harem.
Oh, he loves these. Oh yeah. Oh, I have stuff. Okay. I want to hear your thoughts because I have thoughts. I won't read any of the books he recommends for that reason.
I think I would be fine with like that. Doesn't bother me. I'm not like
Morally, you're fine with that.
well, yeah, like
Mickey supports it morally.
If it's all consensual,
yes,
know?
the
If that's what you're into.
the issue with this is that this girl, she's 19. Problem number
my
one.
God.
Girl.
Yeah.
She's a girl, is bonded, quote unquote bonded to like 5 dudes.
Oh my God, we need as a special guest right now. I'm
They're
about to call her.
they're all presumably a little older at least.
Why would they not be?
But also like none of them have any redeeming qualities. Like they're all dickheads. They're all like my worst nightmare of people that I might have to interact with in public, you know, like
And you just have to have sex with all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
That's just like worst case scenario.
and then it's also like implied that
God.
because they're magically bonded, she has like this inner feeling that part of her wants to be with them, so but they're like abusive as hell. Like what? Oh God. It was bad. It was also just really juvenile writing. Like they used the word freaking a lot.
Oh my fucking God. Oh
so
my
they're like
freaking
abused
God.
and multiple sex, but you can't say the word fuck. Give me it.
But
Come
that's
on.
the thing, though.
That's ridiculous.
They did curse all the time. Like
Just give me a
I
lot.
literally thought in my head, if somebody went through here and took out all of the curse words, the book would be not 9 hours but 2 hours long.
Okay, that's crazy.
Really?
So
I guess
that
they're
was
all-
Scorsese movie.
that was also annoying. Like I listened to vulgar books all the time. It didn't add anything.
Yeah.
It felt like they were trying to be really edgy
Yeah.
and dark.
Shock value.
It was like trying to be a dark academia type of book, and it didn't get that at
Oh
all.
my gosh.
1 out of 5 stars.
I am not into the idea of a reverse harem either.
See, I could see how there are people out there that would find it sexy or whatever, but why do all 5 of these assholes have to be so horrible?
Yeah, I don't get the horribleness.
Is
Why
that-
is that
yeah,
hot?
that just-
Is that hot? Go to
No,
therapy.
I don't find that anything at all. Definitely not written for me. I'm glad that my family member loves it and is reading a lot.
I would not know how to react if a family member of mine recommended a book like that to
That's
me.
what I
A
was-
friend is weird enough,
But that's
but
what I
a
was.
family member is... How do you bring that up at, like,
Here's the porn I read.
for real?
Well, okay. To be fair, this book
Comfort in what way?
this book is not really spicy like that.
Okay.
There's the one clear, like, it is rape.
Yeah.
But they don't really go into that much, and that's the only time in this book. I don't know about the sequels. There's like 6 books in this somehow. I don't know how.
When you said a moment ago that it wasn't written for you, like what do you mean by that? Just
This
specifically.
is another, like, it's a smut
Mm.
Oh, okay.
book that isn't, you know, like the writing is poor.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and
It's not like what you're trying to get out
It's
of a
the
book.
same
That's what
kind
you
of
mean.
production quality as a porno.
How do you have one of these every single week that I have to put a content warning on?
I don't know, dude. What was the one? The last time it was The Perfect Girl, right?
Yeah.
And that was one that came from like this is a great thriller. You
Shaking
gotta
my
read
head.
this. This is another one. Broken Bonds has like almost 5 stars on Goodreads.
Oh my god.
Again,
Goodreads is generous, though.
I don't know.
More
I
of
had
the
to
people
scroll
are
pretty far in community
traumatized.
reviews to find someone that had a 1-star
That's pretty crazy.
review,
That's pretty
and
crazy.
they felt exactly the same way.
And
that
they
I
were like,
felt.
"Is everybody else smoking something that I
Yes,
am not?
they-
like, what's
they-
going on?"
Everybody else is probably just touching themselves and not really reading.
It's like me watching Hokum.
It's not
Why don't you guys
sexy
watch
at
Hokum
all. They like
I haven't
describe.
yet. I really
Yeah,
want
you
to.
You need to watch it so that we can hear your opinion.
Okay,
about it.
I
I didn't
really
watch
do.
it, but I do want to hear your
I
opinion.
want to hear. I want to know my opinion about it too. Shit.
But that's what I don't understand. Like, they kind of like objectify the men a little bit because they're like ripped or whatever. But like, if you're a dickhead and all you do is be horrible and mean and not pleasant at all, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, that sounds wild.
Don't recommend that. Total 180 here.
Okay.
Take a deep breath. I read I Who Have Never Known Men.
Oh, whoa, that is a wild left turn. This has been another one on my to be read list.
Yes. This
is it fiction or nonfiction?
It's fiction.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I also wasn't sure.
I thought it was like everybody talks about it as if it's like a fundamental feminist text that like
Yes.
should be taught in seminars. And that's why I was like, is it nonfiction? I don't get it. Okay, I'm intrigued.
So this is by Jacqueline Harpman. It's actually an old book.
Yeah, it's been around for a long
It's
time.
from like the 70s or 80s. And I didn't know that because it has come up a lot.
It's on every reading list over the
Yes.
summer.
In the last like couple of years, I
We're
feel like
coming to
I've
terms
seen
with
it
something.
everywhere. It's always in stock at the bookstores. So yeah, so you are the female main character that this follows. She's describing her life, her day-to-day life in a bunker, locked up with like 30 something other women. She's the youngest and she has no memory of life outside of the bunker.
Terrifying.
But it's very, very, very strange because so there's guards that come into the bunker that are men. They don't interact with the women at all.
That's so weird.
Like, they don't really make eye contact. They don't speak to them at all. All they do is like deliver food trays, pick them back up. They bring them medicine if they have to have it, but like they don't speak to them at all. So it's like, okay, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
But she doesn't know anything about the outside world or what life was like before because she was so young when they were taken into the bunker, and the other women won't talk to her about what life was like outside of the bunker. So very, very odd and interesting premise. They do, spoiler alert, they do eventually, for reasons, end up outside of the bunker, and
I would be surprised
it
if
doesn't
didn't.
go anything like how I expected at all. I'm still like scratching my head about what really happens in this book.
Okay.
It's very, very, very short, and so because of that, highly recommend everybody to read it because there's no reason not to because it's so short. I listened to it in a day.
Oh my god, really?
So yes,
Okay.
very short. 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it might be the next audiobook I listen to because of that.
It's a very interesting look at like what would happen if an adolescent girl had zero knowledge of what interacting with men was like because she really never had.
Okay. There are lots of movies about like being locked in a bunker and emerging from the bunker. Have you ever watched The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
Definitely, but it's not something that I really remember.
That's the only show that like I can think of. And The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is like she is held by like a cult basically underground with a bunch of other women and one man. And then the show is like about her emerging from being like a bunker lady and how she like comes to term with like modern life. But it's funny, and that doesn't not sound like the same thing.
I mean, it's not like I was a little scared going into it because I didn't know much about it. Like, I didn't know if there was going to be a whole bunch of abuse. They do, there is some like punishment implied, but it's not like a big focal point or anything. Like the trauma response is more of the focal point than like the actual physical abuse. But I don't know. I would like to read up on like other people's studies on this or other people's dissections of it because I'm sure there's lots of messaging that I didn't even pick up on. So it's more cerebral for sure, but easy read, excellent writing, had me gripped, and would recommend. That's
I feel
all
like it would be a book
books.
that would make me want to go back to college and like sit in a feminist
it does.
studies class or something.
It does.
I'm
feel
not going to do it
like
if
that.
I enroll in an academic program before I turn 30. Institutionalize me, please. But
it does feel like one of
That's
those things that you would have been assigned in a class and then had to like do a writing on, you know.
I liked those,
But in a
books that I
good
got
way.
Assigned. Yeah.
Not no. I hate this and I have to do it.
Is
That
that
was a
all
wild
of your
ride.
books?
Yes, I'm all caught up
Holy
now.
cow.
So
That
next
was a
time,
wild,
next time it'll
wild
actually just be
ride.
books that I read.
The next segment of our show, the email segment.
Okay.
Did we get an email?
So we have an email.
Oh my
what
God!
we beat last week
Somebody
at
make a sound effect.
gmail.com. And
Someone else make.
Someone else make it. Nikki, your turn. Joey.
Oh,
what
haunting.
is that?
Hi, WWBLW gang. I've been loving your podcast. The conversations are great. I really enjoy when you all review a subject. I do have a question, though. What is a movie you just like? Not technically great. Maybe the story isn't all that. Maybe the characters suck. Maybe the actors suck. But you like it and cannot find a reason why or explain it. I'll be listening for my answer. Love, Joey's mom.
Aw.
Short-time listener, first-time emailer.
Oh, that's so
Aw.
sweet.
Does anyone have an answer to that question? A movie you just like, not technically great. Maybe the story isn't all that. Maybe the characters suck. Maybe the actors suck. But you just like it. My first thought is iRobot.
Okay. I think a lot of people like iRobot, though.
I think
like
you'd.
right over there.
I think you'd be shocked then.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it's
No,
a
I
very
don't
highly
think
rated movie.
I guess it's hard for me because I watched iRobot and I went, oh, that's good.
The
It's-
dog dies.
That
right?
is I Am Legend.
Oh,
The prequel
was-
to
I thought
iRobot.
that was why everyone didn't like iRobot.
Nah.
No, I think iRobot. I don't think I can point to any part of iRobot and say that's good. I can't say the acting is good or the writing is good. The effects aren't very good,
But they made it.
but I just like it. I just like that movie. I have 2 copies on VHS.
And like, this is hard for me because any movie that I like regularly rewatch, even if somebody objectively told me that it is average, it's my favorite. I don't care. It's great. That's like the problem I'm having.
Well, then it should be an easy question for you because
No.
all your favorite movies fit that criteria.
I don't know.
I would say 13 going on 30.
Oh, that's a good
Ooh.
one. Okay, that's
I think
helpful.
I
Okay,
think
that's
people.
helpful.
I'm not saying that nobody likes that movie, but it is just a mid movie for sure. But I did have it on DVD, I think, and the DVD case was scented
Scented?
What?
What did it smell like?
bubblegum.
Oh, that's
Really?
so that movie. And that
But-
was a good example.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I just loved that movie
I thought of
as a
one.
coming of age thing. And those actors have become big, but I don't think that they were particularly good in that
Are
movie.
you good?
Why are you kicking my dog? Did you move your foot?
I'm allowed
Did your
to
foot
do that.
make contact with him?
Trip apparently does not think you are
God, he's
allowed
like-
to do that.
His feet are really itchy.
He's like, oh my god, she hit me.
Uh,
didn't.
Josiah,
I
do you have
thought
an
of
answer to
one.
this question? Rachel, what's yours?
50 First Dates.
50 First Dates. There
Okay.
you go. There you
It's
go.
like a warm blanket, but it's Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. I think it says funny things about memory. I think it says romantic things about love. Is it a good movie?
Yeah, I think that might be Adam Sandler, his most mediocre.
But he's also
Because
like
he has
heartfelt.
much worse movies and much better.
But he's like genuine
movies.
and heartfelt, and he's
Sure.
not like being a dweeb
Sure.
as much as he is in other movies. Like it seems like he's like making an actual effort to act. It's not great, but I will sit down and watch it anytime.
Sean Astin is in that.
Yeah. Is he the one
Wearing
with,
a
like, the
mesh
fishnet?
shirt. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think the characters are fun. I don't think they're super like cerebral. I don't think it says anything political because they're in Hawaii and they're a bunch of white people. I think it could say something political and it doesn't. So like, yeah, is it the most high quality of films? Absolutely not, but I love it and I think it's fun. 50 First Dates, that's my answer.
Josiah?
I mean, the first movie that kind of came to my head was Face Off
Okay,
Face
not
Off
a good
with
movie.
not.
True.
I mean, but the thing is, I was just looking at it. It has crazy good like scores on like Rotten Tomato and
That's
Letterboxd.
wild.
Like, it's in the 90s on Rotten Tomatoes by the critics.
Did we watch Face Off?
I don't know what this movie is.
I don't.
So
think
Face Off is like fucking awesome.
What you're doing with your hands right now?
Fucking awesome. I remember watching it as a child. It was one of those. It was like my first R-rated movie. I remember.
Oh, that's
getting,
formative.
because I like snuck it or something, and I watched it.
Where was your mom?
I don't know. Probably sleeping, if I had to guess. So essentially, what happens is John Travolta is an FBI agent, and he had a sort of almost like a Frank Castle situation happen to him, where Nick Cage gunned down his son on this carousel and also wounded him in the process. But Nick Cage is like this arms smuggling, like international bad guy, and
He's a
My-
horrible
I thought of another
character,
one.
horribly
Vampire
acted.
one.
horribly, yeah. And so
It's
he's
so
like,
bad.
so he sets this bomb somewhere, sets this bomb up, and while this is happening, they're like, John Travolta is like catching him. He's like, I know where he is. They've had this huge like confrontation. He catches him, and he's presumed dead. He like, he flicks on this like air turbine, and he like flies across the room, slams into the wall. He's dead. It's just what it is assumed. Nick Cage died, and so John Travolta. That's when they find out. They're like, oh shit! Hey, by the way, there is a bomb. And he's like, damn it! Who else knows about this? Nick Cage's brother. Where's Nick Cage's brother? He's locked in prison right now, on this like oil tanker prison in the middle of the ocean.
Magnetic
And
floors.
so the only way in, like, because he's like the only person this guy trusts is his brother. And so they go, well, we got something to show you, John. And so they bring John Travolta to like this secret facility, and Nick Cage is being kept alive on life support. And he's like, what the fuck is he doing alive? And they go,
Oh,
we
yeah,
got
we
this
did
cool
watch
thing that
this.
we can do.
I was going to say,
Listen,
as you're
this
explaining it,
Military
I remember
science has improved so much. And they like show like this guy getting his ear 3D digitally recreated. And they go, we're going to cut Nick Cage's face off, and we're going to cut your face off, and we're going to put Nick Cage's face on yours, and then we're going to keep your face in a jar, but we'll also kind of change your body hair. We're going to change your vocal cords a little bit so you sound like and look like Nick Cage. And they send him onto the boat to go get more information about this bomb. It's like a nuke, essentially. And in the process, Nick Cage wakes up,
Of course,
and he
not?
forces all the scientists
Does he not
to
have a
put
face?
John Travolta's. Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
doesn't. He
Okay,
doesn't have a
that's
face.
scary. That would
Forces
be a
them to put
bad
John
way to wake
Travolta's
up.
face on him and do his body hair and everything. And then he burns down the whole building and kills everybody inside. Kills everyone who knew about it because it was like a secret operation. And so John Travolta is stuck in prison as Nick Cage. And Nick Cage is now John Travolta, who's living John Travolta's life. He has like a teenage daughter, a wife that, you know, he's still like is kind of distant from because of his son
Do they have
dying.
sex?
Yeah, they do have sex.
Rape.
Yep.
Rape.
Yep.
Anyway.
Does he cruise gyms
What?
looking for nothing?
It took me until you were describing the face procedure to
Mhm.
remember
Me
that
too.
we watched. And
So-
it wasn't that long
yeah.
ago that
It
we
wasn't
watched
that long
this movie.
ago.
So
I
It's-
remember
we
you
watched it
talking
in the
about
Honestly,
Airbnb,
like,
didn't we?
I think it's cool. I think it's a
I
cool
didn't rate
movie.
it on
It's
Letterboxd.
long. It's about almost like a 3-hour long movie,
Jesus.
but it's cool. But I even remember watching it and just being like, wow, that's kind of cool. But I kind of felt immediately as like a child. I was like, but this isn't like a great movie, right? Like I've seen like better
that is the
movies
perfect
than
Is
this.
any
movie
Nick
to
Cage-
describe that prompt.
Is any Nick Cage movie great?
Yeah.
Color Out of Space is interesting.
I've never heard of that. I believe you.
It's a
Con Air.
I will not watch that. I know that one.
National Treasure.
National Treasure's great.
I asked that because my vampire answer is Renfield. Renfield, I liked a
hate
lot, and I know a
Renfield.
lot of people really don't like it.
I hate it. Felt like
But I
someone
thought it was
the
fun.
script right. It felt Renfield felt like the script writer was like, you know, I like Dracula, but I just started going to therapy.
That's sort of what.
And I want to try to like, what if Renfield was like misunderstood and was like in like this weird abusive
like a
relationship
bad
with
boss.
Dracula, and he's like trying to come to grips with it, but also like I'm gonna take the therapy talk that I've learned in like my 4 sessions that I've had and put it in a Hollywood
Oh,
script.
I was
God.
gonna say it does give the vibe of like I have gone to half a week of therapy.
Yeah.
And I've become a new person.
Yeah.
But like, it's funny. I like a vampire spoof. It's got Nick Cage and Nick Holt, right?
Yeah. Nick Holt is Renfield.
I was gonna say I love Nick Holt. He's such a weird little guy. Anything he's in, I'm probably gonna be sad for. But
What
it's like
what was your
objectively not
answer?
that great of a movie.
iRobot.
iRobot. That's it for emails. That's all we've got
Thanks
for emails. Thanks
for
to
the
my mom for
question.
the email. The email address to send emails to is whatwebeatlastweek@gmail.com. Send them in. We'll answer just like that. And we'll have a vampire answer for every question.
Yes.
Probably.
Probably.
And that's
Yeah.
it for the episode.
All right. Well, remember to like, subscribe, smash that bell,
And read a book.
and read your
And
book.
Read a book.
Because
Do
I
it.
will read mine.
And I'll listen to some... Oh, dude.
Porn?
Can you guys bring a Reddit thread
Yeah, we
next
will.
time?
Yeah. Fucking yes.
Listen to the one we watched. Listen to.
We will do our own little Reddit thread.
Yeah,
Here. We'll do one.
Bring us a story.
I'll find a really good one. I like this. All right. I
Okay,
will read
bye.
Reddit.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye everybody.
Can we make a spinoff called What We Beat Last Week for Kids?
No.
My niece and nephew want to listen, but
Oh yeah,
They
they, can't
absolutely
listen to that.
I also want to do What We Barbied last week.
Barbecued.
Yeah, Barbied, like Barbie. Didn't you want to watch Barbie movies
Oh,
with
okay, yes. Katie. Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Yeah, won't
We've
be bar-
we've
Well-
been planning hypothetically
Yeah.
a
Swan
Barbie.
Lake.
Oh God, I only know
Barbie
the
Rapunzel.
The Rapunzel and the Nutcracker are the biblically accurate ones for me.
Yeah.
You guys should do that.
That's the Old and New Testament.
That's all you need right there.
That's actually so good.
Which one's the Book of Mormon though? If you had to have a third one,
That's a question for Katie. Katie would have a good answer. I don't know.
because
I
she's a
haven't.
Mormon.
Barbie,
I haven't seen all of them.
Yeah.
They're
the
so
movie
good.
that came out.
They're so
That animation
Oh,
is
yeah.
so
Oh.
nostalgic.
Oh.
the sounds.
Oh.
so
Oh. The Barbie movie.
Yeah, Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Barbie would be the Book of Mormon.
that makes sense.
Welcome
Huh.
back.
Welcome back, Latter-day Saints.
What movies do you have, Josiah?